Hello, and welcome back to another draw tournament. This is the Draw 8, Whoopsyou Z0 over here, bringing you today's action. And as you guys can hear, I'm a little bit under the weather, okay, so my apologies. But I brought some good homies with me. Zen is number one right now, joining me in the booth. Zen, how you doing today, buddy?
Hey, I'll say I'm doing a little better than you, but I'm a little jealous though that you still have the better voice with you know, strip, whatever it is. You still sound better than I do, you know, with that. But nah, I'm doing great. You already know. So blessed, so grateful to be here. Big shout out to Whoopsyou for having me on.
Hey man, I appreciate you guys covering the slack, and especially just wanting to join in the booth with me too, man. You know, always just trying to give some opportunities out here for people who are hungry and want the work. So, you know, you're always one of those people who are at the top of the list for me, of course. But enough about us, enough about me and you. We got some more casters later on going to be joining us. Give you guys a formal introduction for them. This is about the draw, okay? We're talking about that. For those of you who are not familiar with what the draw is, don't worry, we'll break it down for you. And we're going to start that off with the format right now. And essentially what we're going through, this is the qualification format, okay? We have 12 main event spots that are available, the 4 double elimination groups. So right now we're in the group staging of things. It's a little complicated, but at the same time, just think RLCS or just traditional kind of, you know, Swiss bracket type situation where you kind of have to win in your group. And when you do that, you advance to the next day, essentially. So those 3 main event spots per group. The upper brackets, of course, are best of 5. The lowers are best of 3s. And the lower finals is going to be streamed on James Bot and Rizzo's channel for best of 5. And of course, these players are all participating in playing for a prize pool of $6,500. Second place, $3,500. And then the third and fourth place spot with $2,000, I believe, a piece. So Zen, lots of money at stake here. I know there's a lot of teams here at stake as well. Who do you have your eye on?
Ooh, that's a tough question. You know, I always obviously love my boys over at First Class, and I know they did actually just make a roster change, which did kind of throw me for a little bit of a loop because I know the boys were so close. But We also know just how cutthroat you kind of have to be, especially at this level. We know the bubble pro, the bubble pro kind of, the bubble, I'll say, very, very competitive. So yeah, Vexy coming in for deck on there. So I'm really excited to see, how they play. Obviously that Cloverity squad, I got my eye on as well. What about you? Who are you looking at?
Man, there's a ton of good teams today. I mean, just I was looking forward more or less to tomorrow too. I mean, there's a couple teams who are like those invited teams, essentially, who are already geared up and ready to go, get to bypass all the hard work essentially, and just get invited to day 3. So one of those teams that I kind of circled and like looked at earlier was Dignitas. I want to know who's on the Dignitas roster for tomorrow, because I mean, there's a lot of question marks. A lot of these teams out here like to kind of keep their rosters a secret, which is really cool in one aspect, but at the same time it's really frustrating from a caster perspective, right? Because you're sitting here, you're trying to do your research, you're trying to figure out who the heck is it going to be, who potentially could be as well, and then you're sitting here scratching your head like, man, what the heck is who's out there, who's left essentially in NA that can kind of fill those roles. So right now, if you guys don't know, there's only 2 people actually released on that Dignitas roster. It's Evil and Arsenal, which are 2 just banger people in general, essentially here in the NA scene. Right now we are kind of waiting, because right now the Epic Game servers are a little bit messed up. I want to be real with you guys, real in Twitch chat. We appreciate you guys being here, but the reason why this is taking so long is because the other game events that happened kind of broke the servers for Epic Games, and basically now there's a lot of people running around scrambling trying to log into Rocket League, and they're getting errors, and we can't log in and people can't join servers, and everything's just kind of in shambles right now. But yeah, looking forward to today though, Zen. I mean, to answer your question, Hey Bro's always on my list. Cream's Hockey and Wavy, they're always up there. Boise State, that's gonna be an interesting roster right there too. Durtho, Preston, and Woozy, they've been absolutely popping off. If Preston gets things going, he could definitely start to bring a good foot forward right there for that Boise State squad. But of course, the first matchup that you guys are going to be casting today is that gMansionz squad. Kaz, G-Man, and No Mansion. This team right here, man, they're just on the cusp, in my personal opinion, to kind of break through. It just seems like every single time they have a good opportunity to win a game, they just like fall flat for some reason, and it falls to the wayside for them. It's so unfortunate to see.
Yeah, and that actually brings up a really good point. And one, I can't believe I didn't say Hey Bro, because Wavy's a good friend. So that's a team I'm looking for as well. But also, speaking of Wavy, that's what he said. He loves doing this for. AZAP kind of gave me the same answer. That's why anytime you see them in these show matches, these tournaments, all these other things, they're a lot of times not just doing it for the money, or even, it's 60-40, and the 60 is playing under this pressure, right? Because I don't want to say anybody, but a lot of players can get up to this really insane level, be so good at the game, but when they have, established pro players across the pitch from them, or other, young, hungry, big names in the bubble scene, it's different. I mean, I go back to the days when I met you and you casted for me in IGL. I was plat or diamond, and I'm not joking. My knees were shaking when I'd get into those, finals. Because, we won the first 2 seasons, and I'm telling you, those finals had me shaking. That was plat, right? So that's the thing. They just need that kind of exposure, that experience, get that ice in their veins, to where it's no thing that, any name you see across the pitch doesn't have you shook. And that can be a very, very hard hill to climb. And unfortunately, a lot of teams don't make it over that hill.
Yeah, well, the first matchup for us here on the stream, it's not going to be presented by me, of course. Zen Zero is going to be in the booth. It's going to be Sporty FC, who's over here on the on the sidelines. My apology. Like I said before, my voice is just a little shot today. But Sporty going to be bringing you guys that action here later on, so you guys probably provide a little bit more insight to that. But it's going to be gMansion taking on Casino. gMansion, of course, with that starting roster of Kaz, No Mansion, and G-Man, 3 very good players, taking on Hepskid, Shocks, and Drifino. And right now, we're just waiting on Drifino to connect to the Rocket League servers, and it's unfortunate that he hasn't been able to do so. But I selected this match pretty much without your guys' knowledge, just because of the fact that I thought that was going to be a really, really good matchup. 6 solid players just out here on the pitch that I really feel are going to be very competitive against each other.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, Hepskid, Drifino, Shooks, all of them very, very, well-known players. All these players are, up there, right? And it's kind of crazy to see just how interchangeable it is. I always go back to Any Given Sunday, right? It's how I
It's a good
feel.
movie.
It's an amazing movie, and it's so true that it's any team can get beat on any day when you're at
Yep.
this level. If one team's peaking, the other team's not feeling it, all of a sudden they grab the momentum and run with it. Next thing you know, we saw, remember first class, was it NRG or Space Station? They two draws ago, they almost swept them. They went up 2-0 and they did get reverse swept. But imagine they just won that one more single game. So yeah, I'm excited to see it because both these teams so hungry. I agree with you. I think this is going to be a very, very back and forth competitive matchup.
Well, enough stalling about it. It looks like Drafino finally joined the server, and it's going to be brought to you, like I said, by Zen Zero and Sporty. I know these players are anxious to get out here on the pitch, so I'm not going to make them wait any longer. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a green light to join. Welcome into the booth, Sporty and Zen. Please take us away.
Let's
to the draw 8. Welcome to the closed qualifier. Welcome to the first. This is where everything begins today. It's a best of 5 gMansionz and Casino. This will determine the start of these teams' runs here in the second day of action.
And I'm excited to be here to get the cast with Sporty for the first time. Now, this might be Sporty and I's maybe 100th time casting together. I know you guys caught us on the last draw, and they already get into the action. No Mansion looking to set that pass off. Nobody there, though, and now Heps the other way, the bump. Oh, they got lucky. I thought they were going to, score very early here.
Yeah, and I will say, it's not surprising to see Casino get off to this kind of start. This is a team of players who have been in about every single tournament you can think of, every single one of those weeklies. These guys, they may not all be on the same team all the time, but these guys are fighting in those tournaments. They're always active in those kind of small tournaments. You talk about Cloveria, you talk about Frost, you talk about Stride. These guys are involved in all of those tournaments, so not surprising to see them in the draw as well, but action in the draw is a lot tougher than it is in those tournaments, and these players on the side of gMansionz, they're definitely going to be a tough first round.
Yeah, neither of these teams going to lay down. I think it's always going to be a lot about momentum here as G-Man going to grab that goal here 59 seconds in, and maybe they just grabbed exactly what I said. We know this game, traditional sports, esports, and Rocket League especially, in my opinion, rides on momentum. So, the team that can grab this first goal, first game, typically can run away with it, but we know at this level, anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely, and the thing that's going to really decide it is the quality of the play that these teams have, and Sap's looking for an answer! No Mansion will save it off the back line, and Drapino will try to put it in midfield, but gMansionz will send it away again. It's just, again, quality. We haven't seen too many real mistakes from either side, just simply trying to feel each other out, test each other, see what they're going for, no one taking any major risks, and that's pretty common in a best of 5, especially with it being your first series of the day. As Kaz looking for another, and there's gMansionz again. Kaz jumps over both defenders, and Casino will just have to look up and watch as gMansionz is flying above them.
And a beautiful play there. I don't know if you noticed from the replay, but I mean, a millisecond later, he would have been dunked. He popped it perfectly around the first man there, really throwing the back 2 defenders. They were in position, but really throwing them for a loop. And a great play there. And they go up 2-0 here. As I said, they're taking the momentum quick, looking to really punch him in the mouth.
And they're just going to look to do it more here. G-Man, Fast Shocks almost got that second touch as well. gMansionz, again, it's just a team that has that control that is really making Casino move, but I will say Casino are definitely playing at that pace. It's not a pace-based game. Casino definitely willing to bring the quality that gMansionz do, but I think it's just been gMansionz finding a few better chances closer than that. They're waiting a little bit more patiently on offense to get those chances, whereas Casino just don't have that kind of time. They don't have that kind of ability to get as close to the net as they want to. And for gMansionz, again, they're just trying to get as close as they can to Casino. Really make it so that they can themselves get as best chances they can and really make Casino earn every single shot they have.
Yeah, absolutely. And, outside of the first few, I want to say about 30 seconds as they're back on offense now, but again, it's short-lived. They were seemingly finding a good bit of offense, putting some pressure on. And then all of a sudden, I mean, out of nowhere as G-Man, another one, gMansionz just kind of took over, and their field domination has been kind of unmatched.
Again, all these shots coming from right in front of the net. They're only waiting to get the best opportunities. They know that they will come eventually. They know they're good enough to do it. Not surprised gMansionz has, again, found these chances for themselves as Casino needs to find something. Needs to find, you know, just something that they can cling on to. Because right now, they're not the ones who are getting close to the net. It is gMansionz, and while Casino is trying to get as close as they can to the net, gMansionz are just doing it a lot better. They're watching and pushing Casino back, and Casino just getting challenged so well off the sidewall as G-Man. And midfield, Shocks will send it away. Peps gets past NoMansion. Makaz already up in that midfield. The dunks, the challenges from gMansionz coming into so much faster. They have a much more of a sense of urgency when they're on offense to get those challenges as quick as they can and really push Casino back.
And another very, very short-lived offensive trip there from Casino. Though I know at this level, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I know, as you said earlier, game one, a lot of times used, you know, as that filling out process. And we already know Casino not going to lay down and take this. They are going to look to make those adjustments coming into game two. I mean, they still have 90 seconds here, so a quick goal could bring them back in. But they certainly need to get something figured out, and that's, you know, a little more time on offense, not just these quick one shot and out, or maybe not even finding a shot, just very, very short-lived offensive pushes.
Yeah, it is Casino who really just can't seem to find themselves close enough on offense. That's a really good infield pass. Torpedo! And that was one that could have gone in. Casino and infield pass. It's really their best chance so far this game. Was it? And they couldn't use it. Now Kaz, flip reset. Stopped by Heps. And again, this is just simple for gMansionz. They don't look like they're under too much pressure. They feel like a team that just has that quality to challenge early, to really get in the faces of Casino. And again, they're doing what Casino can't do. That is get these early challenges at great times and really push in front of that net. They're putting shots on, but for Casino, they're stopping a lot of them. They're just not stopping enough. As that gMansionz offense just a lot stronger. Drapino will save. But G-Man with the follow, and there's no question about it. gMansionz have fully controlled game one.
They certainly have. I will say, though, I definitely going to be looking to see, you know, the counterattack, the long clears on net, a few adjustments here, you know, out of Casino, because they, of course, can punish this gMansionz squad for being so aggressive, so smothering on offense. But right now, they are just struggling with it as G-Man gonna slot the kickoff. They go up 5-0 here. This has turned into some domination for them.
I feel like it was this dominant from the start, but gMansionz have just continued to put goals in. They haven't slowed down, and that's going to be the issue for them here as, again, this gMansionz team not looking like they're having any issues. G-Man might want another goal, but Shocks will get past him on that one. And again, at this point for gMansionz, they might just want to let this game end, go to game two, knowing that they have this kind of a star. But here comes Heps with the answer. That's in front, still waiting. Heps will have it, giving credit to him. And it is Casino at the first of the game, and it comes off this incredible infield pass.
And a full team play there. Shocks setting up Drapino to Heps. My goodness. That's what we needed to see. Exactly, right there. That's what they're going to need to do. Right, just seamlessly transition from defense straight into offense and kind of get that respect of that third man. Let them know, hey, you can't be ready to score immediately as you have been this whole game, because we will punish you. We will find your net quickly.
And one of the best ways to do it is through infield passing like that. Is through utilizing where your teammates are, and while they did get a goal from that, it's still the end of the game, and it will be gMansionz start 1-0 up, and again, a dominating performance. They definitely did keep Casino back so often, especially with those early challenges off the sidewall.
Yeah, they did a great job of it. I mean, you see the stats, 12 shots to 7. It's not a huge difference. 7 saves for Casino, 5 for gMansionz. So gMansionz playing defense as well, right? It wasn't like they just juggernaut offense went out there. No, there were shot attempts, there were goal attempts, but the ingenuity wasn't right there, right? They're just putting kind of pot shots on, just attempts to try to gain some offense, and they just couldn't seem to find it. You know, they put that little shot on, immediate counterattack, immediately they're back on defense.
Yeah, and that's kind of how it's been feeling. It's felt like this Casino team, again, full of players who have fought in so many different weekly tournaments. This is going to be a real kind of challenge above their pay grade, as you would say here, as gMansionz are going to look to continue this kind of run here into game two. Casino need to find some form of offense, and I think really it's going to come a lot of it from infield passing, because that's one thing that a lot of teams really struggle to keep against, and it's one thing I think this team can really utilize is finding each other in the midfield.
I fully agree with you. That's what is, you know, taking possession. That's a good first step, and that's something they haven't struggled with at all. They find a little offense here. The shot from Shocks not going to find the power that he wanted, but it is a sign of life. And I have to say, my heart's happy for them, because if they didn't find that last goal, Who knows where their mental would be? Speaking of midfield passes, oh my goodness, gMansionz looking to start off quickly, the counter attack, big save, and this is more the series I thought we were gonna see.
Yeah, this is a little more like it. This is a little bit more lively out here. Casino ready to fight back against gMansionz as Shocks miss there. Off the sidewall, it's Kaz who will want to put it in midfield. Drapino will clear it away. G-Man waiting back. Drapino gonna beat him. That's going to the net. Kaz won't have it. G-Man won't have it. Nobody's hitting the ball. And is this pro level or is this gold? I can't understand what's happening. The pace is picked up and nobody seems to be prepared. And neither is Drapino. That will roll in. Both these teams getting faster and faster. Well, the speed may have been a little too much for this Casino side.
Yeah, it seems so. Third man just in Drapino, just creeping up a little too far there, trying to, almost emulate or match the play style coming from gMansionz, where they're just, okay, we're gonna smother you, we're gonna keep that third man very tight as the kickoff almost finds the net. Heps does save it, but yeah, they weren't ready for it, and if somehow gMansionz didn't have to respect that third man yet, which you'd imagine, going up 5-1 in game one, they would have it. They certainly have it now.
They definitely do have that respect here. I think, again, gMansionz have just looked like a team that really, again, they rely a lot on being able to hold the midfield. That's another infield pass gone wrong for Casino. That's two chances I've seen in this game already with infield passes, and both of them ended in shots that were very lackluster. They have the right idea, they just don't have the right execution, and that could be a huge issue as Heps Kid stopped by Mansion. Drapino still there, and Casino looking for another infield pass, but again, it leads to a shot here from Shocks. That one's a little more like it, but still, it's too obvious. Kaz is there to stop him.
And the kind of feeling I'm getting here, and I'm assuming a little bit, and I don't want to make any excuses for Casino, but we do know the servers are having a lot of trouble right now. A lot of players can't get in. Started a little late because of it. And gMansionz, they were in here immediately, right? So if they were on, scrimming, staying warm, in free play, doing their thing, as compared to Casino, they potentially didn't get to warm up. I know at least a couple players potentially didn't, as that's why, we're just a little late. So yeah, maybe that's what we're seeing here is Casino having to warm up on the pitch, having to use this first game and a half, first 2 games just to get the blood flow.
Yeah, and you don't really want to do that, because if you lose here, you go to lower bracket, and you have to win, I think it's, 3 matches straight to get into the main event. You don't really want to put yourself in that situation early, especially if you're Casino, because this is a strong team. This is a team of players that then definitely make it to the main event. But fighting lower bracket is never an easy beat. It's not something you really want to do, especially this early, especially because a team like gMansionz, who they can counter. You can definitely see, look at this from G-Man. Oh my goodness, it's in front, no Mansion. Oh, the net to look at, and he'll put it in. Bumps in front as well. gMansionz, at this point, this is schoolyard bullying.
It is bullying indeed. G-Man, oh, the brain on him right there to set that play up. Find the bump on the backboard as well. And then they find another bump to find the goal. Under 2 minutes left. gMansionz certainly, not near as dominant as it was last game. We've seen a lot more opportunities out of Casino, but gMansionz still just has that upper hand.
They do. They, again, are just a team that has that better quality. They're getting close to the nets, and they're really making sure that when they get those chances, they are going to be right in front of the net in a place where they can score. Whereas for Casino, they're more likely to take those chances earlier on when they're a little further away. They're trying to get these passes, but the passes haven't really worked for them. The quality of the offense for Casino just isn't there. As another one for gMansionz upfield. No Mansion, though, won't challenge. Drapino will clear it away. Up to Shocks, but no Mansion up in the way. And again, you can just see the distance of where Casino wants to take these shots. Taking them from such a far distance away, it really isn't becoming a difficulty for gMansionz to block them.
No, it isn't. But I want to say, I feel that Casino doesn't really need to switch too much up, because we know they're gonna slot a lot of the plays we're seeing. This isn't the Casino, the Shocks, Heps, and Drapino that we're used to seeing. So I think if they get these same plays, we're gonna see them look a little more usual, a little more warmed up and fine, because they did find a lot of early opportunities, some really nice passing plays, and they just happened to hit it high, hit it just a bit wide. Unfortunate, but I think they lock in if they continue to find these opportunities. What a save, though.
Again, I told you, gMansionz, they got the defense on lockdown, but I do agree with you. Casino have done so well at getting themselves on offense, and I like the heavy reliance on passing now, because that's what's breaking apart this gMansionz team. And, if you can't beat them 1v1, will then take that out of the process and just find another person who's more open, and they're doing just that with the passes. Now infield, NoMansion will keep that one away, and gMansionz, while they have reacted this infield passing style, it has worked somewhat well for Casino. While this game 2 might still be a loss for them, Casino could maybe take it as improvement.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we certainly saw improvement right there. But the hard part now is very, very tough task ahead of them, right? Even if they say, okay, hey, we're locked in now, we're feeling warmed up, they got to win 3 straight against a team that's not only, so strong in G-Man, NoMansion, and Kaz, but a team that is feeling themselves right now. I mean, they have the momentum, they have everything, and they are absolutely dominating.
Seems like Casino, if you guys saw that overlay, seems like they picked up a new player in Wolfman.
Yeah, you see that.
Trevino just left. He was going to change his car, and we have bots enabled. Wolfman now. I guess he's getting signed on to Casino for the rest of this tournament. So, the quickest roster move I've ever heard of. No, again, we're going into game 3 here. gMansionz in the lead, and Casino again trying to change up a car, trying to change something up. I think this game again is improvement for them. I like the infield passing.
Yeah.
If I were to tell them one thing, it would be continue the passing, just pick up on the shots, pick up a little bit on that quality on the shots, and that I think could be where Casino could really unlock a different playstyle that could counter gMansionz better.
Exactly, and gMansionz is playing, spectacular defense right now. I mean, it's pretty impregnable. I mean, they've been saving just about everything, but it helped that they were missing some shots wide, some of the better attempts, some of the, shots that we know they could have made. And you at least want to kind of wear that defense down if you can, right? You don't want to help them out and miss wide, miss high on big opportunities. That's a wipe the sweat off my brow moment because gMansionz knows they were potentially about to be scored on. So yeah, just up that accuracy. And I think they may not only take a game or two, but could take the series.
And a lot of where gMansionz really did shine, really did take control, was later in the game after those missed opportunities. So again, I think for Casino, I don't think they need to change anything.
Right.
Because all the missed opportunities were near the start of the game, were near the start of that battle. If they had a couple goals, who knows where we would have been right now? But right now, it's a pass in field for Trapino, and again, it's too slow. But NoMansion. That's not what he wanted to see happen there. A bad touch from NoMansion, maybe a bit too casual with it, and Heps will take that every single day as NoMansion. I think he just took his eye off the ball for a second too long.
Yeah, and it made him just awkward. He was still able to get the touch, but that ball was floating in the net about 95% in right there. He was able to finally come in and kind of finish at home, and Casino have their first lead here. And that was similar to what we saw last game. The last game it was missed off to the side. So, I think your analysis is spot on. Casino need to keep with these passing plays, and they can certainly find some more success.
Trapino, he just got RKO'd there by G-Man in the midfield. He went all in on that one. Trapino was looking for a solo chance. We know that he has that ability to do that. As now past the Kaz, bumped by shot from G-Man. That is just a bit too slow. He was looking for, I think, to test Heps and have it go to the corner instead. Kaz in the midfield, Shocks sending it away, and gMansionz again are picking up the pace in front of that goal. They're trying to see if they can catch Casino, and maybe in that speed overall. And it hasn't worked yet, but they are trying to break down slowly as Kaz. Shocks dunked by Kaz. G-Man jumping. gMansionz trying to pick up that pace, trying to pick up the speed, trying to play as fast as they can. But it's Casino who have done well to react to it. They're used to the teams that play this way. They're used to having to play against teams that might have these kind of players. And you can see that defense of theirs, it was just persistent in getting to the ball in time.
Yeah, very composed, very patient. And they do find themselves now on offense off of the ceiling. Right there was Shocks trying to find the 50, I believe. Couldn't find it, but you can tell gMansionz understands the importance of getting this next goal. NoMansionz does find a nice 50 right there. But yeah, they don't want to go down 2. Still over half a game left, so certainly anybody's game. But I have to say, as we see G-Man go for another bump there, they have been very, very physical. And I'm surprised we haven't seen Casino kind of, return that favor, give them a taste of their own medicine.
They're going to let their mechanics do the talking here. I think if that play from Heps is anything to say about it, yeah, gMansionz definitely willing to get more physical, willing to get in the faces of Casino. Ever since the start of game 1, they didn't use a lot of bumps, but it's a lot of just aggressive challenges, not, giving Casino easy space to work with. And Casino, again, they have to earn every single shot they have on this net. Every single play they're getting as Mansion. Awkward. Leave it to the corner. Heps. Pinch in front. Kaz clears it away. NoMansion flicks it high. Shocks. Up to the ceiling, maybe another touch. This one kept to the ground. NoMansion has to be careful as Casino continuously moving from that corner, moving from multiple 50s, That is just a place that, one, it gets them offense, but two, it slows down their progression of gMansionz, and it slows down their way of getting out of defense. And as long as they continue to not be too direct, it's going to be tough for gMansionz to get upfield and to get some space with it.
Absolutely, every second off the clock right now is a dub for Casino, as my goodness, NoMansionz trying to set up a very, very creative double tap right there. He just doesn't find the net. Nice pinch here from Kaz, going to continue. Nice air dribble, and oh my goodness, out of nowhere comes Heps. And I can't believe he read that and got up that quick. That was a fast aerial right there.
Hey, I don't think that second touch was intentional there, but he'll be happy with it. It slows down gMansionz, who also didn't expect that touch. And again, Casino just holding on this 1-goal lead. They got it from an infield pass, and now they're just looking to play defense. And well, we've seen how good this defense can be, and we know how they can continue this. And a lot of it is them forcing gMansionz to play a little bit more panicked. As a dump in front, G-Man will clear it away as a bump. Also helped them out. gMansionz, one offense. They haven't really gotten their chance on it, though. They haven't had the creativity. They haven't had the pressure. They haven't had the ability to play close. As Casino, they're sitting back, letting it come to them. And this is what's going to work for their defense, is letting gMansionz come to them. Letting gMansionz just throw the ball in their direction. A Shucks 50. NoMansionz. Taken away by G-Man. Miscommunication. And this should be Casino who can get a challenge here and get time off the clock.
Yeah, that little mistake there could do it, but a nice clear back towards the backboard. NoMansionz. It's on. He slots it. And I believe they had to dodge the bump here, so the physical play coming in again.
There was definitely players in front for gMansionz, creating chaos. G-Man going all in on so many different players. Casino, all of them jumped, left the bottom of the goal open, and that's where NoMansionz scores. gMansionz, we knew they were going to put up a fight somehow, and while it may have come in a bit late, they'll be happy with it. This game is tied.
All tied up, and that's kind of the cost of, you know, not having that insurance goal, kind of playing that, hey, we're confident in playing defense until the final moment. Such a stressful way to play, such a risky way to play. And, you know, what seemed to be Casino making it 2-1, all of a sudden could potentially still be a sweep. And G-Man is gonna make sure it's that, you know, it wasn't a caster curse, it was a caster blessing right there. Great pass from NoMansionz and G-Man. Absolute slot.
Again, they don't take the shots until they know they can get them. And gMansionz have just swept Casino to the lower bracket. It was expected. My goodness, they played exceptionally well. gMansionz with, again, just some great precision and some really good patience as well. That's really what helped them in this series. Their ability to wait until they got the opportunities they liked, and then they capitalized on the gMansionz. Definitely deserved theirs. Again, their patience over Casino's definitely was the reason they won.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw a little bit of everything from them. They were doing it all very well. They were physical. They weren't chasing demos. They weren't, you know, calm style where they were just bump every play, every rotation in and out. But they were pretty physical. When their defense was tested, they stood up to that test. And their offense, I mean, I don't think I even have to say it. If you just watched that series, you saw their offense found a lot of success, was a well-oiled machine. And yeah, all around, very, very good series there for NoMansionz.
They looked pretty confident too, and that calmness can definitely help them in their next match against either Team Zealous or Almost Nuts. So that will be another interesting match for the future. But for now, again, what a series that was. Again, aFiestyTaqutio, it looked comfortable doing it. They definitely looked, you know, happy as well. Again, it was a team that knew what they were doing, was working, and just stuck to their guns, stuck to their gameplay. Even in that game 3, when things were looking a bit tougher for them, they stuck to what they knew would work. And hey, that's what happens when you trust in yourself and trust in your teammates.
Yeah, and I wish I didn't have to assume, but I kind of feel bad a bit for Casino, because I do think they, you know, the server issues today kind of threw a hiccup in their warm up, right? And it's kind of what it looked like to me, because game 1, I mean, 5-1, they got the last, you know, a near last second goal to even get their only goal, then 2-0, and then right there losing, you know, only by 1. It seems that they got better and better, faster and faster, more consistent and more consistent. But the good news for them is they do have a lower bracket, so you don't want to drop down, especially, you know, in that first round. But getting to fight your way back is huge.
Getting to fight your way back is definitely a fun thing for them. As again, that was only the first round. There's still a couple more rounds to go, so don't go anywhere here from the Whoopsyou The Draw 8 stream. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Ground Zero. And if you guys don't know who I am, I'm aFiestyTaqutio. Big shout out to Whoops for letting me on here. This is my first time on his channel and also casting a draw event. Ground, what's going on, dude? Man, me too. Am I on mute? I see a chat.
Actually, Ground Zero was on mute, so my apologies.
Oh, Ground Zero is on mute. Oh no. Oh no. But that's okay. It's okay. He said a bunch of cool things about how he loves everybody and Rocket League. So, but same, man, same. So right now, man, I think we've got State. What a matchup we have on our hands, man. I cannot believe that we get to see something like this. I'm super excited. Pirates on a Boat has a, do they have a new member? I think they do, according to my notes. Do you know who the team is?
I'm getting no audio from you right now for some reason, Ground Zero, so let's go ahead and keep on talking.
Oh, great, got it. So Pirates on a Boat, yes, okay, so they do get a new member. It was Cheese during the draw 7. It's now Sosa.
Are you muted via control?
And now moving forward as well with Boise State, it is the college team.
In OBS,
it is the CRL
the
team.
control room, are you muted in there?
Durtho, Preston, and Whoopsyou. They will be playing on the stream this evening, or well, for this match, I say evening. I don't know what time it is for most of you guys, but we are also trying to figure out some audio issues here with Ground Zero. I still think he may be muted on stream. Whoops is doing his absolute best here as well. Hear him going crazy in the PC right now, but they'll have to let me know when we can drop in. Yeah. Are we good? Are we on? Yep. Can you hear us? All right, we're back. All right, I was trying to carry you. I was trying to carry you, but I did a horrible job. But like I said,
no, I did worse.
I don't know if you can hear me or not, but yeah. So our new team here is Sosa instead of Cheese. Ooh. So I think Pirates on the Boat has actually successfully tried out every member of Koi.
Yeah, and I think with Koi being one of the very strong teams we've seen play, you know, other than T-Bates' very controversial opinion calling them a bubble team in RLCS, very awkward opinion back then where it was stated. But nonetheless, a very, very solid team over here now with a new member, Sosa. And Sosa has had opportunities to play very, very strong opponents, see some, you know, and get the experience overall in RLCS itself as well. Now, we're here with Preston and their side from the team itself, the beautiful team that is Boise Esports, and for the CRL here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of excited to see this team as well, especially with Durtho. He actually won the Esports Awards a couple of days ago there, isn't that right, Feisty?
I do believe it is, man, and honestly, like in this first 45 seconds, we've seen a lot of aggression. Ooh. And I like that coming out from these squads. I mean, you got to make a statement here. As Boise State, you are playing against a team of the caliber of players on Pirates on a Boat. These guys are RLCS players. They have finished top 8 before. These guys know what they need to do and how to move forward through the bracket. So this could be a moment if you are Boise State and you're Durtho to make a statement, make your name known on this stage that is the draw. Check it out. Goal number 1 over to the CRL squad.
My God, what a way to start it off. That's a fiery one, a feisty one might say. There isn't that right, Feisty, as his first goal coming in from Durtho. And I think I was gonna, as you said, the main man we've just put the spotlight on there earlier, talking about his esports winning. And what a gallant man, what a beautiful man in the suit. He was dapped up beautifully and dapping up his teammates as well at the same time. It's gonna be Preston off the ceiling coming in the forward. What a beautiful shot! Second goal for the CRL team, and they seem unstoppable right off the bat. Here is that statement you were talking about there, Feisty.
And that's the aggression, dude. That's what you want to see. They're coming out. Sure. They're literally they're almost like forcing the awkward rotation here for Pirates on a Boat. I mean, we saw 2 members in goal, couldn't even get a hand up. It was slotted so perfectly by Preston. But we're moving back now to the midfield, where I think that's where the team on the side of blue, Pirates on a Boat, wants to dominate at. They want to dominate from the midfield and pressure the opposing team's defense, hopefully finding their own cracks through the wall.
Possible. It's very, very possible, and definitely it just has to be seen because not even half the game left. We're closing in on that 2-minute 50-second marker here. We haven't really seen that exact set statement that you said. And that's an open net right there for sure, Feisty. That's a beautiful goal. Preston seeing the opportunity. One player on the corner there, just looking up to challenge Preston off the side wall, and sadly for them, Preston was just that bit faster. It's a longer reach coming in from the forward. Just gives them some extra boost, and what a goal that was. 3-minute marker just surpassed it, and we're still 3-0 up for the side of Pirates on a Boat. Sorry, apologies there. The CRL squad, Boise State, and they just look undominable right now.
And what are the thoughts too when you see this on paper? You see this name. Oh my gosh! Hold on. Wait, Toasty. I'm sorry. Let's talk about your goal for a second. Beautiful carry over two members who double committed in the midfield right there. Whoopsyou and Durtho both trying to go up to see who could get a hand up. No one did. Toasty, excellent first goal to answer back. Little bit of momentum stopped for the time being, but is it enough to just absolutely halt the oppression from this Boise State squad?
I think that's a very difficult question right now. It does seem very possible from this side as they're now moving in to dominate that midfield here that you were talking about there earlier. They're fighting. We can see these passing plays occurring. These long ones to at least aim to possibly disrupt the rotation from the other side. That's a very, very good save coming in from Toasty. Once again, the one to start the battle off and finally put on a good bit of a fight from the other side here. The blue team, Pirates on a Boat, definitely looking like they're struggling a little bit. It's Durtho. Actually, never mind. It's going to be Durtho struggling a bit more on the save. He had to pop it off the backboard. Preston aiming to save his friend, does so successfully. It's going to be Durtho now once again. Flip reset shot, 50-50 challenge in the midfield. Who gets it first? It's going to be Andy making that breakaway. One more double tap and it goes in. Bottom right corner. Okay, team. Pirates on a Boat making that slow comeback there, Feisty.
And then look, unfortunately for, who is that? Is that I can't even tell who was in the net right there. Who did they dunk on? Was it Preston? Preston. Yeah, just you're in the right spot. You know you need to make the defense from the front post right there. And Andy's just like, yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you're there and all, but watch this. Puts it in the bottom right after taking a double off the back wall. They're back in this. It's only by one. We've got Sosa just trying to get that 50 to go in. Toasty just a little awkward in that corner, looking for boost, doesn't find it, sadly. Now we're back on the back line. Can they get out of this situation? Can they push back forward? That is the question here, Ground Zero.
It's a very, very good question that you posed there, but I think the answer is going to be only done so or capable of the answer from the players themselves. Double tap opportunity coming in. Preston with the passing play from everything is so much action happening. I couldn't even see, but that was a very, very good three-man passing play setup there coming in from the side of Pirates on a Boat here. But sadly, it was all Boise Esports, but all for naught because the defense from Pirates on a Boat, they are suddenly kicking in a new gear here, but we're gonna have to kick up a different fifth gear right now because they got only 1 minute left. Pirates on a Boat still struggling to make that last goal here. They're going to struggle more because Whoopsyou gets a 50-50 pinch passing play set up to him, and it's an open net once again awarded to Boise State.
And I like that from Whoopsyou, stealing that back corner boost while no one is there, just going ahead and take the utensils away from the team if they decide to go that way. And they're in the perfect position. The awareness level is so high for these guys. They know exactly where they need to be, when to be, and how to be. But right now, Pirates on a Boat, the team with, on paper, the most experience out of these two, picks up one more. We're back in a 1-goal deficit right now, but they're playing on the back foot. They're playing from behind. Is it just a simple moment of, we've got to adapt, we need to adjust to this squad? Or do you think Boise just has that much edge on them right now?
I think it's just a slight bit of an edge that they had in the first couple of minutes there. We talked about the aggression and making that statement from the get-go. Once you have momentum, it's suddenly a very, very scary thing to try and catch up to that because it's a whole different shift that you have to match here. Sosa getting a passing play. Whoopsyou disrupting that play completely. Now it's going to be Toasty left with the ball all alone. Looks to send it clear for the long shot and at the same time trying to set up his teammates in the middle. Gets a play to Sosa. It's cleared by Whoopsyou. Whoopsyou will it get the shot? No, it's going to be saved by Andy throwing off the backboard there. Also looking to make make a double-sided clear. 10 seconds left. Toasty, passing play down, and it's going to be stopped by Dirtho. Passing play into the middle, and they're just looking to knock the seconds off the timer. They're successfully does so. Well, actually, never mind. Toasty keeping it alive just about, but it's going to be slammed to the ground by Preston. Preston having absolutely none of whatever Toasty was aiming to do there. And the first game won by Boise State, but with only 1 goal differential.
Now, if we take a look here at these statistics, it's wonderful to see how much everybody interacted on the pitch. It was just a little bit more offense that we saw on the side of Orange. Boise State really coming out and proving that they are here to go all the way against a squad just like Pirates on the Boat. There's no free rides in this bracket, especially from these guys who are at a supposed lower level. Look at Boise State, man. That 1 goal game, it's still a win. It's huge for this side. And I cannot wait to see what we have in store for us in game 2.
Game 2, I think this will really set the marker here. Will we see?
Oh, it's okay. All right. So unfortunately for Ground Zero, it's GG's right now. We're back into the game. Everything's on the screen here. Kickoff game number 2. Boise State up by 1 here in the series. I would love to see an answer back from Pirates on a Boat right now, but I just think that they're going to ride this momentum on the side of Orange, and they're just going to take control of this series. You want to aim for the double. You want to go out winner's side. You do not want to go out on the lower side. That's always a tougher bracket because sometimes teams are down there that probably shouldn't be there. Other times you just got sleeper opponents you didn't expect to be as good as they are. And maybe right now that's what's happening with Pirates on a Boat. Maybe they weren't prepared for Boise State, but I mean, Boise State was absolutely ready, revved to go here in this series. They started off game number 1 right out the gate. They scored in like a minute and 20 seconds, 2 up on the scoreboard, and now they're almost up by 1. What a save right there from Toasty coming out. They're trying to get the ball away from the back line, proving, Boise State proving that that's going to be very difficult if you guys can't get the ball downfield quickly. They're doing good, though, to keep it in the mid. That's truly where the ball lies right now, is in that midfield control. Can one team have a bit of a more advantageous position like they do right now off the corner? The pass to Andy was good. Preston definitely getting away and getting a hand on that one, interrupting the goal-scoring opportunity. These guys, though, they favor the corner. If you haven't kind of noticed on the side of Pirates on a Boat, they do enjoy playing from, I mean, my point of view, the right side, could be the left side actually on the field, not entirely sure. But they're really favoring that corner passing play as they're trying to disrupt the defense when they move, but just proving to no avail. But finally, the gate's open, the goal's open, wide open, and there's the first goal. Oh, sorry about that. What's going on, everybody? Apparently, Ground Zero we've lost them yet again. We're trying, everybody. We're doing what we can to get ground zero on the screen, on the voice, but we're 2 goals in. We're 2 goals in. That's what we need to focus on. Pirates on the boat answering back. It's 2-0 on the blue. Game number 2. They are back in control. The team that was just barely there in game number 1, barely missing the mark by 1 point, up by 2. That's a wonderful score line you want to answer back with in a series. You want to try to tie it up with a more a more aggressive answer. And that's what we're seeing here. The defense on the side of Boise State is doing everything they can to fend off this Pirates on a Boat squad. But as the joke made by Ground Zero a second ago, they're walking the plank right now, and it's not looking too good, especially when you're the one getting poked. So
yeah. I think the sword at the other end of your derriere doesn't feel good at all. It's going to be Toasty looking to make another sentiment. The shot going down in Toasty's flip reset control, the aerial control, everything. The control is just great. But unfortunately for the other side here, Boise State just can't get past the halfway mark. Now they're the ones getting a bit of a taste of their own medicine right now. They're just now they're the ones stuck in the corner, losing control. And once you lose your equilibrium, it can be very hard to attain it back here. The last couple of 30 seconds in, very good save coming in from Preston. But pinching off the post on the side here. What a pinch that's going down. Finally seeing some action on the blue side of the lobby as it goes up to the top. Sosa down into the corner, down in the midfield here, blocked by Durtho. Durtho alone, opportunity beholden to him, and that gets saved away by Toasty once again. He is a menace, a massive thorn to the side for Boise State here, and I think it might just be back to the drawing board for them as Andy sends in a heater.
guys, listen, we get it. You took game 1 personally. I understand. But 3-0? A shutout? After what we saw in game number 1 from Boise State, a shutout? If you guys could look up the term adaption in the dictionary, we are watching it in 4K right now on the Whoopsyou stream. As Pirates on a Boat answer back in the series with a game 2 win, shutting out Boise State. Wow. Ground Zero, help me out here, man. What are we thinking here? Is that what we want to see? Is that the kind of play that we expect to see from Pirates on a Boat?
I was not really expecting it. I was hoping to see some possible adaptation, maybe an even slated game once again, as we saw, maybe some consistency as we saw from the last game here. But this shutdown, as you said there, Pirates on a Boat, they just said, we've had enough. It's over, it's done. We've said enough here. And as you said, adaptation seems to be the big thing that they're really counting on right now. They've managed completely shift the tone. It turned the tables right on its side, and it's suddenly it just felt like we were watching a whole different team that has awoken from slumber. And I don't know, and I feel like Boise State has just awoken a sleeping dragon, and now it's ready to roar here in the third game. We're gonna see how it's gonna be between this best of couple of series between both sides. Who will be the one to stand at the top of the podium here tonight? But I think it's gonna be Andy laying the groundwork for this team. Look for a double tap, and he finds it. Andy! Oh my God, Feisty! What is this goal?
Over 1, over 2, into the other corner from the backboard. Andy, sir, please, more of that. I want more of that. I want to see more of that from you. That was beautiful. Beautiful play coming out from... Oh, and there's another open net. Look at these guys. This is what we love to see. Look how quick they are. Toasty on the kickoff, cheating. Sosa immediately aware that, okay, Toasty got to bounce back off to the mid. Guess what? That goal's definitely open. Sure, we'll take 2 goals in 17 seconds.
What a statement from the first couple of seconds. For 15 seconds, they
Are you
scored
kidding?
2 goals here. That's absolutely insane. Where they struggled in comparison to the first game here, it felt like we were watching a team that would look like they might even it out in the second or third game. They might even maybe just lose it, but you don't have Andy. Now it's just contender. He's wearing that tag with pride. And same with Sosa. His experience really is setting the tone here for this team, as they've been completely been able to gain some control. The traction they've gained and the amount of aggression that they're posing against this team is absolutely amazing. It's worth crediting for how well they've really shifted it in their favor here. And the other side, they're looking like they're struggling. I think they might need to hit their books that they're so used to in CRL here. But this is a whole different big boy league here, as we can see. It's gonna be Toasty off into the corner, setting up down in the midfield, but it's gonna be blocked by Preston. Double tap opportunity, but Durtho responds back.
See, now we're taking plays out of the enemy's book right there. That's exactly what we're doing. Look at the positioning from these guys. Absolute power. They knew that pass off the back wall was going to find its way in. That is a point on the board, a goal on the board to the side of Boise State. They decreased the deficit from 2 to 1 here, but they've got to play this smart. Whoopsyou trying to find control in the corner right there. I do like the idea of slowing the play down, bringing everybody in, trying to bait your opponent to you. But you got to get a better touch, a better possession on that movement forward. But going back to the opposite side again, maybe we've got the side of Boise State with one more look off the ceiling. That's a waterfall touch. You don't want to see that when you're trying to pass to the teammates. But we're still alive in the blue. They still have that form of pressure until it has been fully dissipated as we go back to the orange.
They're going to be setting up a play between themselves. Preston and Whoopsyou all alone in the air. Whoopsyou just couldn't find that breakthrough in the end. Sadly for him, he's going to have to, run away with the tail behind his legs. In the meantime, they've got Preston looking for a setup once again. Whoopsyou, will it beat Toasty in the air? No, sadly, it's going to be Toasty. Always successful, always beating. And once again, his positioning is beautiful as he managed to stop that play. But it's going to be Durtho. Oh, what? Sosa? How did he get a bare with just a fingertip of a touch on the save? There was more than enough to stop that shot on the backboard. And it's going to be a 50-50 pinch. Whoopsyou trying to get a quick snapshot, redirect. Sadly for him, it will not be fast enough. Oh, that's a demo open net opportunity. Sosa's waiting for his teammate Toasty, but Toasty looking for that flick. And his heroic moment, his moment in the spotlight, but sadly for him, it will be saved away. Still that 1 goal differential between both sides. We've reached the halfway mark here. And right now, there's been no major change except for a good back and forth between both sides they're fighting.
It's a little bit of a boomer ball situation. Like, these guys are just vying for possession. They're kind of trading hands, if you will, on the conversation. That was a big missed touch right there, but an excellent pickup at the back line by Boise State. Way to act quickly and be aware that, hey, you got to get this because I missed. Oops. Excuse me. Should I say whoops? You know what I mean? Whoops. You know what I'm saying? Sir. Shout out to the man.
You.
just to let you know, guys, as it's been said to me, Whoops is never inviting me back. He hates me. He just said that in our ear. So I'm sorry this is my only cast on the stream. Great to be here. Nice goal from Toasty as they continue to knock at the door of Boise State's net off the back wall. All members racing back, trying to get the touch, but couldn't get there in time. We have every member of Pirates on a Boat with a goal to their name. Dead ball in the mid on the kickoff. 1:33 on the clock, ground zero. What are we looking like at the end of this game?
I think it might just be an utter domination for the side of team Pirates on a Boat here. They said, we win this game here, and win they will. Toasty at the same time, a majestic double tap. It's going to be a great redirect there. Oh my god, Preston, excuse me, wow, monsieur, you are getting some very beautiful shots and touches here, but will it be enough is the question, Feisty, because it doesn't seem so as they get their shot saved. Once again, Sosa blocking it. It still remains in the corner. Hopefully they're trying to reiterate that idea of the corner control here, but Andy all alone with one touch for a shot. Toasty looking to block that, open that opportunity. It's gonna be Preston looking for the Hail Mary, and he gets the save. Set up to Durtho. No, not at all. It's gonna be Sosa instead, but against that play block, it's gonna be right back to Andy into the air. He's looking for a double tap off the backboard. Saved by Durtho. 0 boost. Who needs boost when you got Durtho in defense right now? It's gonna be Sosa with a block, flying off the ceiling. He goes down middle looking for a pinch goal. It's not gonna find it, but sadly it's gonna go into the hands of Preston, rearranging the control. He's got nothing in the tank left. No leader, no boost, no nothing, not a spec. It's gonna be Andy. Midfield control blocked by Durtho once again. 25 seconds. Feisty. This game is heating up in the last couple of seconds here, but I don't think it's gonna be a win for the side of Boise State.
They've got to get one. They just need one right here. 15 seconds is enough to get at least a kickoff and one possession, but that clock ticking down to 10, 9, 8. It's just not looking like it's there unless they put one in right here. Durtho trying to find it, can't. It's in the corner, and sadly, I do believe at the 0-second mark, that will be the second game win on the board to Pirates on a Boat. Andy padding the stats in a 0-second drill. They are up by 1 in the series. It is match point. We're over to game number 4. I told you before Ground Zero, and I told Whoops, this has a potential to go to 5. This very much so has a potential, but right now, Pirates on a Boat are in full control of this series.
Yes, I don't think there's a better word, and we saw that Andy's play from the start was such a game starter, such a game changer overall. And the sentiment and the tone he set there was Pirates on a Boat are looking for that W. There will only be one team on the top of that podium, and it will be Pirates on the Boat. They've got their bounty. Now the only thing is, it's time to mark that X on the spot on the map here, and they're looking. It's like it's very achievable. Boise State, they had their moments, had their shining opportunities, but they've just always been silenced by some issue, and it's just that breakaway. We haven't seen the game 1 contenders from Boise State that we saw where they were utter domination from the get-go. I think they really need to bring that back. If they do so, to bring back that aggression, I think Pirates will be forced to change their game, look around, maybe push back again, and we see that game 5 champions feel. But right now it's looking like it's a full Pirates win, and Pirates, well, they're never satisfied until they get all their booty.
That's the treasure they're looking for as we try to move through the top side of the bracket here. Pirates on a Boat, match point, game number 4. Boise State, it is up to you to continue to move forward in this top side. A great passing play. The double potential off the back wall, denied by Sosa. Whoopsyou trying to push one here as well, but unfortunately has to give over the possession as we go to the back wall. The aggression starting from the offense that we know Pirates on a Boat can put on display. But look at Boise acting quickly to dissipate any sign of that threat. And another good touch off the back wall gets denied yet again, but they just don't quit. And that is what I love about this Boise squad. Never back down, never what?
Never what? Never give up, as the great man, our Nick A30 has said. And we're going to be moving on. Whoopsyou and Durtho looking like they're struggling a little bit in the corner. Preston trying to push forward here, but a bit of a bump. Could be a communication error, but they're finally looking like they're getting one goal. A bump on Andy in defense, and Whoopsyou has shaken their world and shaken our expectations here. We're seeing a revitalization of the game 1 Boise State, and to get 1 goal right now in the lead, first minute, but we still got 4 minutes left of this game here. We've seen the other side, Pirates on a Boat. Adaptation is their game, and let's see if they're able to do so here. But I think it's going to be a bit of a struggle as they miss that kickoff opportunity. First minute gone, and 1 goal for the side of Team Boise State here.
Man, it is wonderful to see everything happening right now, but I'm getting a quick update. We are going to see an excellent matchup coming up. Whoops, throwing me a quick DM. Kickflip versus First Class happening on the opposite side of this bracket. The winner of this plays the winner of that, and I'm glad my prediction so far on that side, on this little group of the bracket, has been right. I did have Kickflip taking on First Class. Let's, we can hope, but right now, we're playing nothing but straight defense. Boise State, literally, Pirates on a Boat, hit the gym. Hit the gym, because you literally have to if you want to get through Boise State's defense.
Oh my god, they built up a line of books here, and their defense was their knowledge, as Preston now getting another shot opportunity off the backboard, bumps at the same time while he's still rotating. Durtho looking like he's struggling with the boost control. Whoopsyou looking for a quick break in, very sneaky with that shot. He was in the air faster than Pirates could react, and in the meantime it's going to be Durtho keeping up the ceiling, trying to keep it away from the hands of Andy, but Andy will nonetheless succeed. Sosa looking for a quick snapshot. Another save here. We're going to see Preston. His defense is the one thing I think will create a massive thorn in the side of Team Pirates here, as they just look like it's looking like a whole new team once again. They really do shift their tones, shift their gears every single time. It's like watching a manual car go faster through in traffic, went from first to second gear, in the momentum that they're trying to keep up here. But still 2 minutes 20 seconds left, less than half the game left. Haven't seen a response on the side of Pirates on a Boat.
You got through all of those car references and couldn't have said more wind in their sails. They're pirates. They're pirates. You've had puns all night, like all game long so far, and couldn't talk about the wind and the sails.
I failed.
Come
I
on,
failed.
Ground Zero. Come on, you're better than that. I know you're better than that.
You know what? Just like Boise State, and they're turning to the books. I must now turn to more pirate books here. I might as well open up a reference books for puns at the same time as we're casting. But let's not forget the actual action that's creating right in front of us. They're fighting at the same time, because it seems to me that Boise State aren't just satisfied with one goal.
They can't be satisfied with one goal. Look at the way they're rotating. Look at the pressure that they are putting on these offense rotations. A lot of the things that we have seen is they have stepped up their transitions in the games that they have won. They have been, until that moment. Obviously, there's a breakdown. I have to talk and curse them as soon as it happens. My bad, Boise State. That one's on me. I apologize.
Unfortunate.
But the beautiful thing that we have seen from Boise State in the 2 games that they were in the lead in was their ability to transition from defense to offense and put that pressure right back on them. Well, the heat, to strike while the iron's hot, if you will. They were absolutely doing that. They gave up that 1 goal, 1:15 on the clock. There's still plenty of time to get another. But like we were talking about the game that we were watching by ourselves, you can't force it. It has to happen organically. You start forcing opportunities, you leave yourself wide open like this right here, and look who it is. It's none other than Boise State racking up another point, 2-1, 59 seconds on the clock. We have passed the 60-second mark just by 1. What is going to happen, Ground Zero?
What perfect timing! I at this point, I don't have any predictions, because these guys looking like they're smashing every expectation I could hold here. And I'm not gonna lie, we went from caster curse to caster blessing from you. I don't know if you're either the Christ or Antichrist at that moment, but I think they're gonna see you in a whole new light in this moment for the side of Team Team Boise State, especially. The boys are really coming back to CRL squad, looking to. You show that they're CRL isn't too far off from RLCS capable players here. That's a great save coming in from Whoopsyou in the meantime, but Preston now with a lack of boost is still struggling. But Durtho looking to maintain some control, maintain some semblance of it in the meantime. Finally able to gain some traction, get some knock some seconds off the timer here. Woo! As they're looking like for a psycho Whoopsyou. That would have been one hell of a shot, but in the meantime, it's going to be Toasty looking like he's trying to create a sandwich in the meantime. But sadly for him, there's just not enough sauce on the shot. Sosa. Will he be able to do it? Set up a great pass, but it's going to be Durtho remaining control, remaining that brick wall as Preston kills it on the ground. Finally, on the game, we've got that game 5 we've been looking for, Feisty.
I told you. It had the possibility. Wow. It had the potential. We're here. But what's more important is we are tied in that other series right now, kickflip and first class in an overtime. And it's 1-1. So another heater of a series going on in this same bracket right now. I mean, dude, this group C, that's a tough one, man. So, but what's more important and what's on the table right now, Ground Zero, game 5, Pirates on a Boat and Boise State. At this point, it's gone game 1 and game 4 for Boise State, 2 and 3 for Pirates on a Boat. What are we thinking, man? It's truly 50-50.
It really is. It really is. You can't really put all your eggs in one basket as of this moment, and especially in the context of Pirates on the Boat, you really can't put all your booty into all your treasure, all your loot into one island. You got to spread it out here. And right now, both sides, very very capable players. Durtho, not like the first game where he set the tone with the first goal. He wasn't capable this time with the redirect shot, but a great passing play. It just goes to show that this team, even if they lost the last couple of 2 games here, it just goes to show that no matter what, their mental is just as strong. In the meantime, it's going to be a great save from Durtho. His defense has been absolutely commendable, absolutely amazing. Same with Preston. I think he was the massive game changer for them in the last game, which actually set the tone for them to be able to get at least one more win. It's going to be Toast looking for a shot here, but just not enough reset on that flip reset, as we can see. Sosa, beautiful play, beautiful setup. It's going to be going down, but right now, Preston looking to push that into the corner once again, and seems to be that they're kind of stuck here in the meantime. First minute gone, no goal just yet, but we have seen some very, very, untoward moments there. Whoopsie. Sorry, not Whoopsie.
Shout out to the production, clearly.
Of course.
But you know, like you're saying, man, we haven't seen any real good looks so far. I think both of them are starting to play a lot more safe in this game. I mean, we're at the final game of the series. We are at 5. Whoever wins moves forward in the upper side of the bracket. Is it truly a massive upset if Boise State win right now? Or is it something that could have possibly been expected? Because the way we're seeing this, what we are getting to see here in this series is something I promise you I couldn't have expected. Again, on paper.
Oh.
And as we say it, look, as I'm saying,
yeah.
Pirates on a boat.
Yep.
Sosa is like, yeah, by the way, hey, we're going to win the series.
You know, it's just like he heard you. He has the stream open for sure. He's like, oh, but Boise State possibly winning? Not if I'm here. Not on my watch. Struck him while the iron was hot, and the iron right now is that hook on his arm. Sosa, beautiful play in the meantime. Toasty. Flip reset. No, he actually turns it into the ground. I don't think he managed to gain that reset side of frame. It's going to be Dirk looking for a clear, but Andy positioned perfectly just to block that at the 50-50 challenge. Could be an opportunity for Sosa. No, a flip reset. Passing play. Possibly going down or looking for the shot, but sadly for him, the angle was just not good enough. And both sides, their defense was on lock to the side of Boise State here. They're regaining a little bit of their play, but they need 1 goal to spawn back. We're coming here. We've met the halfway mark. They're feisty. And we haven't seen response just yet. They're very, very close, but they're definitely not making it easy for the side of Pirates on the boat to gain an easy game here, as we've seen for the last 2. Oh, dear God.
What a perfect cutoff. Oh, dear God.
That was
Good control from
like,
Toasty trying to pinch it down right there at the goal line. Can't find one.
No!
Never mind. We're just own goaling, I believe. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that was just an own goal. Was that Whoopsyou?
That was an own goal. That was
Whoopsyou was rotating back, trying to get a ball in, and just passed it right on back to Andy. Well, I guess it wasn't an own goal. Andy was like, "I'll just let me just have that. Thanks, guys." It is 2-0. Pirates on a boat. We are approaching. This is halftime. We have approached halftime. We've passed it. It's gone. The pass out to the middle to Whoopsyou goes wide. Right over to Andy. Andy taking it down from the corner to the mid. Can we get something moving here? It's a great clear down the field, but immediately interrupted. Right now, Pirates on a boat are the ones who are truly rocking at 9,000 awareness level, as they do not want to go down to lowers this early on in the draw.
No, not at all. It's I wouldn't really say it's a death sentence, but it just definitely goes to show that all the effort they put in to reach a game 5, possibility of a reverse sweep after losing the last 2 games here, and now they've managed to come back, and not only that, come back strong, definitely goes to show that they're a very, very capable team. But Preston, you can't be making these mistakes here in the meantime. Preston look for a passing play down middle. Dirtho struggling to get some pads. They pushed it past behind Andy there, but he's made that breakaway. It's going to be Toasty looking to singularly attack Preston, but unsuccessfully gets bumped away. Wasn't able to really break away that pass into the other half here. That's what the problem I've seen from the other side, that they're struggling to even gain some midfield control, where in comparison, Pirates on a boat, well, even if the game is rocky, they've really stood strong here, and they've set up a massive brick wall in the meantime, and made the other side shake in their boots here. They're definitely quaking for sure. Oh, never mind.
I mean, okay, now they're answering. They're not quaking anymore. They are absolutely answering back. A deficit of 1 with 68 total seconds on the clock. An excellent goal, too. By the way, over to Dirt, though, off the pass from Whoopsyou out of the corner. Amazing slot to hit. True, I would say threading the needle, but they just had to find that angle right there. But I'm telling you right now, man, this is wonderful to see the conversation that we see on the field between teams when it's this do or die moment, this dire straits of a mental. We see who ices up. We see who is a better player, better team in these moments. And now we're breaking down offense to defense, and they're trying to get out of their own goal line. Pirates on a boat, truly feeling the heat from Boise State, and they finally get a clear, a moment of brevity, a chance to breathe, but it's almost like it's just going to start right over Preston, trying to get it past the mid. 30 seconds on the clock, ground 0. Can they do it?
It's very possible. They really need to up the aggression here, especially just put everything into the aggression. Start a bump there. Oh my God, was he? Dirtho, you absolute beautiful player, coming in from the ceiling. That's a shot pinched off the ceiling, going into the ball, and he bumps Sosa, throws him to the side, gives him a free ticket to Hawaii. See the sunny side there as the game is tied. And well, we got that question answered there, Feisty, as the game is tied with 16 seconds. And once again, this is such a, this is the most incredible game 5 performance. It's over. It's ended. Andy scores.
ground zero, everybody, trying to hype it up and then immediately losing all steam. Andy putting it off the post. We have 10 seconds left. Boise State, do you have the ice? We know you have potatoes, you're in Idaho, but do you have the ice? That is the question. Ball is in the air, 5 seconds. It's sent away, back to the orange. It's floating off the back wall. Hold on. That looks like it's gonna be down. No, it's still up. We've got Preston trying to get possession here. The pass over to Dirtho. The sun is good! Are you serious? What? Dirtho! Where did you find that? Where did you find that? You know where you found it? You know where you found it? You found it at game 5, putting it in overtime in the moment that matters the most. Who will take this series? It is 3-3. Game 5. Pirates on a boat taking on Boise State. This is the draw 7, everybody.
Was he? He's done it. They've done the impossible. It's GG's in the chat with Toasty off the ceiling. Tried to save it off the backboard. Couldn't do it. He tried to block Woozy in the meantime, but it's all over. It's going to be the winner's team. Boise State, as the players from the CRL League, they've done the impossible. They've quite literally made the impossible possible with a 0-second goal to tie it up just before all the hopes were sinking. And it's going to be Pirates on the boat with a leak in their boat this time as they lose it all in the moment of clarity as Boise State stand on the top.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat, dude. Just look at everybody like what just happened. That is exactly what, I mean, that is exactly how we feel, guys. We have no idea what just happened, but shout out Boise State and shout out Dirtho, dude. Way to be there. Way to aim that perfectly into the top corner to give them one more shot. And it took what, 15 seconds? 15 seconds for them to come back and win it. But guys, as much as I want to sit here and talk about how cool that series was, we have no idea who's next. Let me get this out of the way real quick. We have no idea who's next. We're waiting on the result. I do know that it's kickflip versus first class, so hopefully we get a result soon. But we will find out who plays the winner of that match in just a little bit. Ground zero, talk to me, man. How we feeling?
I'm speechless. What do you mean what you want to talk? I'm speechless here. I'm all out of words. There is no word in the dictionary capable enough to actually completely accurately describe what I'm feeling right now, because that game was one of the best performances we've ever seen. BSU, they came in losing after a 2-1 loss, and then all of a sudden they brought it up to an even slate. Evening, every single time in this evening today on the draw here, number 8 for the qualifier phase.
I said 7 BSU, like a loser. I said 7. I didn't say 8.
Whoops. It seems to me you also need to hit the books there at the same time.
I need to check my numbers. I need to check my notes, man. I wrote them all down and everything, and it doesn't matter.
Quick, what's the number after 8?
But man, I am just that series was a roller coaster. Truly. Like we had this game 1, we didn't expect that result. Game 2 and 3, we were like, okay, this is Pirates on a boat. They're in prime form. We know and expect this level of play. Game 4, Boise State, I mean, truly locked it up. They were down, they had it in, and they just iced up to win game 4. And then game 5, I mean, the mental it took to completely lock in those last 15 seconds. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Amazing. I think what we really need to talk about is Dirtho's performance. I think Preston deserves the defense MVP. His save off both back posts was absolutely incredible. And as you said, the gym comment was perfectly accurate. I think this man was purposely pumping it out in the meantime during the breaks of the game between the transitions there. And he pulled out one of the best stoppages I've ever seen. And in the most crucial of moments at the same time, where this was the team that was losing in that moment as well at the same time there. But now you're seeing in the moment of clarity, 0 seconds from Preston's setup on the play. His forward car was the perfect moment. I think the biggest mess up here, the biggest fess up, I think has to be given to Andy. I believe it was Andy who tried to throw that ball down on the 0 second play as the timer was ticking down, but suddenly it died, and somehow Preston was able to keep it alive. The bounce was still available to him, even with 0 boost. He wave dashed in, kept the ball alive, pitched it off the side, and then Durtho, no idea where this man came out. He was like Batman coming from the shadows of the back of the backboard there, off the sidewall. He came in with such speed. He got the most pixel perfect redirect with such speed. It just bounced off from the top corner. What more can you say to that? That was the most astute performance.
Oh my. So guys, we have an update now on what our next match will be. Our next match on the stream is going to be Pirates on a Boat taking on Shanghai Sharks. Ooh. And I'm telling you, that team is a team that was actually one of the teams I wrote down to look out for, was the Shanghai Sharks. So I am excited to be around and stick around for this and watch this on the Whoopsyou stream. Do we need to go to a break? That's the question. All right, guys, we're getting word from production. We're going to throw it over to a break. I don't know who you're going to see next, but for now, it's out of here from me and Ground Zero. Do not go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss this.
Not at all, especially if this is the state of the games we got here. See you guys soon. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the booth. We're going to be on Whoopsyou stream, casting the draw number 8, $14 on the line for the 3v3 tournament at the behest of Rizzo and James Bott. And we got some great games on for the draw as well. We'll be continuing on for the championship for at the same time. The players are in the lobby here, and joining me in the booth is going to be my great friend Sporty, a replacement for Feisty here, and what an app replacement it will be. How are you doing, Sporty? Welcome in for the second game. Yeah, my apologies. No, not again. I'm a bit of a mute. Yeah, I think it's a bit of an issue there. Once again, we're facing some audio technical issues. What wouldn't be a good stream without some audio technical issues facing? But in the meantime, we're going to be talking about the teams here. We got Pirates on a Boat versus Shanghai Sharks. Now, Shanghai, the new contenders coming in, is going to be at the behest of Calix, Polar, and Next. A very, very good team as well. I know I'm familiar with two of the players here. But in the meantime, we're going to be very, very catching up once again with our great friends, Pirates on a Boat. Especially seeing Sosa, Toasty, and their last friend, Andy, put up a very, very great fight here. But sadly, they did lose to Boise State University. And now we're going to be first minute gone, and Sporty, he is back.
Yeah, I'm back. Something happened, but hey, we're all good. Yeah, as you said, a best of 3 here. Pirates on a Boat. We've seen them already. Shanghai Sharks, though. What's interesting about this team, Calix, Next, Polar. This is a team of European-based players. Now, they're not playing in Europe. They are in the U.S., but they are European-based. And again, it's going to be interesting because, again, I've seen these guys. I've definitely seen Calix and Polar in the past on their different high-level teams. So I know how good these guys can be. And really, I said before this series, and I'll say it here as well, this series could be really one-sided if this Shanghai Sharks team doesn't show up.
Very, very true there, Sporty. You're absolutely right. And I think the biggest thing is we've seen Pirates on a Boat. They're not going to rest until they've won this one. And they especially need this one win more than anything in the world right now because they are in the elimination phase. If they lose this one, it's all over. The sweet dreams are gone. No X marks the spot. The journey is finished. And sadly for them, it might be a possibility because, like you said, this is a very, very strong team, but they have also been forced to face off in the elimination bracket. In the meantime, they're trying to make that breakaway. Pirates on a Boat will be doing so at the behest of our great friend Sosa. So close, but yet so far. The ex-Koi player here really trying to get the first goal. In the meantime, the halfway mark is here, and both of the sides very even slated there, Sporting.
Definitely, and I do find it interesting again that Shanghai Sharks are playing it, and they lost in that first round to First Class. First Class always seems to find a way to make it to the main event, so it was expected for Shanghai Sharks. They, again, were able to get their early win, but a bit concerned for this team and how they're breaking out because that midfield really isn't there right now for Shanghai Sharks. Pirates on a Boat doing a lot better, getting on offense, actually holding the ball, and again, their midfield is way stronger than the midfield, or more rather, the lack of midfield from the Shanghai Sharks, and the Shanghai Sharks want to win this series. They need to have a midfield, and right now, they don't have one.
Yeah, no, they're looking like they're struggling, looking like there might be issues with communication because there seems to be double commits here. So in comparison to the well-oiled team and the well-warmed-up team from the side of Team Pirates on a Boat, that was a beautiful setup there coming in from Nexus. Double tap, definitely very beautiful. And it just goes to show that the mechanics aren't going to be the problem here. It won't be the make or break between both sides. Next, great redirect, trying to set up Polar off the sidewall, but sadly the teammate does get demoed here. Time Next trying to make that breakaway, but unsuccessful in the meantime as Calix getting flicked over by Toasty. The ball in the corner, 50-50 with Polar, and now Andy getting demoed by Polar himself there as he gets a setup. It's going to be Toasty off the sidewall, throwing the ball into the corner, trying to get that redirect passing play. Sosa gets the touch. Sosa gets the setup, and once again, a denial. A bit of a slow-playing game. We've seen some action coming in from Boise versus Pirates on a Boat. Now, in comparison, I think this team here is trying to take it slow, warm up slowly. Never mind, throw everything I was saying right back into the furnace as Sosa gets the first goal.
Yeah, and I would actually agree with you. They are taking it slow. Pirates on a Boat, they know that they're predicted to be the better team. They know they have the team play that works. They know that their loss that they just had was one that was just based on millimeters, based on small adjustments. I think that they should take this thing slowly against Shanghai Sharks. They know they have the advantage, here in the skill of their players and the skill of this team, but they need to make sure it works consistently. And I think rushing is the last thing they want to do here. They just need to take things slow, set themselves up to good opportunities. Shanghai Sharks, again, they're going to struggle against a team like Pirates on a Boat, even if Pirates on a Boat aren't trying to play at full force, even if they aren't trying to play perfectly. And at this point, they are playing very close to that level that we expect of them.
Of course, exactly. And we've seen from the last game they played versus Boise Esports, definitely a very, very well-experienced, well-oiled team here. And when you get a team that's very capable of doing everything at the same time, speaking of capabilities, Sosa with another goal. He is stat padding all along. This man is a one-man army. He doesn't even need his team. He just gets the ball off the corner, bounce down, pixel-perfect bounce into the net once again. 2-0 for the side of Pirates on a Boat, and a well-expected win for the first game. A reminder, this is a best of 3, so if Shanghai Sharks really want to keep it in contention against Pirates on a Boat, they need to at least get one goal to gear up some momentum, put something into overdrive. Otherwise, it just looks like a one-sided game from the side of Team Pirates on a Boat. And there's that goal I was speaking of.
Ironically, though, this is the first shot of the game for Shanghai Sharks. They haven't taken a single shot until now, and it's because of this little break in rotation of Pirates on a Boat, this little bit of space given to Polar to find, Ruben. Next is going to have no issue putting that pass there. And again, while it might be a goal for Shanghai Sharks, unless they get another one, this is really a Pirates on a Boat game where they've just looked like a much stronger team. They look so strong as Toasty! Okay. Alright then, Toasty will make sure that his team can get that 2-goal lead right back in front. Beautiful fake off the Gulkoff. And again, that's the control that Pirates on a Boat have had. They've looked like the much stronger team by a pretty strong margin.
A very, very strong margin. The gap keeps widening between them. In the meantime, as you can see, Pirates on a Boat now with their third goal here. And it looks from the side of Shanghai Sharks, they're going to be ever so much more struggling. Next, great save. Kept it away from the net in the meantime. But this just goes to show that there's a lot that this team could do to improve, but they can and very are capable if they catch the other side unaware. But Pirates on a Boat find their mark on the first game here, and they only need to win the next one to truly just set the tone and push themselves up back into the qualifier phase here.
Dude, Pirates on a Boat, that's a great start. 10 shots to 1 as well. That's the kind of control. They've really kept Shanghai Sharks back. And again, the real problem for Shanghai Sharks is that lack of a midfield. I haven't seen them play up in the midfield. I haven't seen them take that chance in the midfield. And it does, you're going to struggle if you don't have a midfield in a series like this, especially against a team that does rely on it. Shanghai Sharks, if they can't, find that way of, holding in their offense, the second game's going to be the exact same as this first one. They're going to have a tough time getting anything on Pirates on a Boat.
Exactly, and they couldn't have said it better there, Sporty. But now with the sentiments of the second game and the tone being set from the first game here, a lot of improvements could probably be doing specifically with the players from the side of Shanghai Sharks. And like Sharks, they really need to start biting into the side's defense here. Sosa nearly setting up another double tap. I think he will be the biggest issue that they really need to work around. They probably could do with a bit more demos, possible physical aggression, have one player focused on their move level 1 if they want to see some opportunities for some shots. And there's an opportunity there, but just went wide. They really need to start hitting their marks. I get that accuracy a bit more. And the first 1 minute, they were the first ones to nearly have scored a goal here. In the meantime, as you can see, a quick transition, open that opportunity, and Sosa returning a goal.
Sosa's got about half the field to him. He has so much space again. He just sneaks right behind that, and that challenge from Andy. Sosa was in the right position for it. And again, Pirates on a Boat utilizing that open space through the midfield here against Shanghai Sharks. A pass across, and Sosa, and he set himself up perfectly in that position. No one even close to him to challenge for Shanghai Sharks. And he honestly had so many options there. He could have dribbled it. Instead, he goes right for the shot. No nonsense offense, but no nonsense here. Oh, but Toasty's got in the way. A big save in the calamity that was Pirates on a Boat defense in that moment.
Oh, that is truly calamity. 100% their sport. That could have been the one moment where they could have tied it up here. Apologies. And they could have seen themselves working on an even playing field against their opponents. Pirate on a Boat possibly going for a game 3, but it's slightly died. But it is the first minute. There is some time left, but the other side, Pirates on a Boat, they are ever so close to finding the end of their journey. Overall, it could be a very, very solid gameplay from them if they just need to keep their defense locked on tight, airtight, one might even say here. And if they do so, well, it's going to be an easier win for them. They don't really have to work for much more, especially after their grandstand performance against BSU from the previous games here. What a series that was as well. And I think they're looking to put themselves back on the map. And a double tap own goal. Oh, that is unfortunate. Sosa, after their harrowing loss, is just putting up a whole new performance.
Sosa is going to put that one in. It was a bit of a strange time to have that happen, but it does happen. Shanghai Sharks have to recover. And again, they're not winning on offense. It is 4 shots to 3. It's a little closer, it might feel, but a lot of those shots from Shanghai Sharks were ones that just never had a chance of going in. And I mean, just look at the shooting accuracy from Pirates on the Boat, 2 for 4. Shanghai Sharks still haven't been able to put on 1, but this is a good chance for them. But again, it's just every single play on offense feels like they're just missing, and they're hitting a brick wall, literally and figuratively, here with the Pirates on the Boat side. But it's a good infield pass. Next, where's the shot there? Polar is nowhere to be seen, and Pirates on the Boat again, just getting away with this. It's Shanghai Sharks who are pushing offense, doing better at getting into offense, but they aren't actually doing anything once they get there. And it's Pirates on the Boat who have no problem with that, because it means that their defense has much less work to do.
It really, really does. It just made it easier, widening the gap every time, and also widening the field, removing some presences on the field there with the demo, as we've seen the physical aggression push up there. Polar, nearly a great shot, flip reset. Beautiful play, but the air dribble just couldn't break that defense, break that iron wall here that the other side Pirates on the Boat have formed. They've really, really managed to armor up their boat beautifully. Their ship is just unleakable. It's going to be unbeatable. No cannon worthy of anything else but a beautiful goal from the side of Shanghai Sharks. It's going to need something. It's going to need something to change up, shake up Pirates on a Boat. But right now, they're looking like they're all in control here.
We'll see if they can hold on. 2 minutes to go. Toasty, dribble, next to the block. Sosa, up to the ceiling, down to the ground, looking for the bump out. Calix, he's got him off the back wall, but next will be there to stand guard. Pirates on a Boat will have to move back as Shanghai Sharks. Again, that transition much stronger this game, but still, these finishing shots, these finishing moves, they can only get one at a time, and they aren't really fooling Pirates on a Boat. We have no issue blocking them. Again, reminder, this is losers round 2. The team that doesn't win here will be out of the tournament. So everything on the line for Shanghai Sharks inside the final 90 seconds.
90 seconds is all that's left between a win and a loss, and right now there's one team facing down the gallows, and it's not really a good feeling. That guillotine, that sharp knife right on your neck, the pressure right in the back of your head here. It's Toasty looking for a double tap opportunity after a musty flick from the side wall. Andy looking for a quick sniping shot, but just missed it there. Polar, great defense, and now it's going to be some opening moments from the side of Team Pirates on the Boat. They've made their mark. Polar removed from the field there from Toasty. Toasty looking to remove next at the same time. Just dodged that demo there next, but sadly for him, will not be able to save that shot. Andy sends in a heater once again, and 3-0. Massive gap between both of these sides, and Pirates on a Boat, they weren't satisfied with one. Well, they needed 2 more, and the 2 of the extra goals they got. And I think it's all over really from the side of Shanghai Sharks. They were so close, had multiple moments, and every single time they made it to the offensive moment, had their spotlight, they just couldn't get that one goal to really even out the playing field here. Sadly for them, they will be losing, it seems, as the last 1 minute bears upon us. And Pirates on a Boat, 3-0.
Yeah, they are. Pirates on a Boat, again, have definitely proven they are the way better team. And again, I asked, is Shanghai Sharks here today? The answer is no. The answer is they were not here to take on Pirates on a Boat. They are not here to take them down either. Pirates on a Boat, we knew how strong this team would be coming into this day. They are a team that's expected to make it into that top 16 for tomorrow. And, well, right now, this is a pretty good way to get yourself that confidence going into the lower bracket qualification match.
Definitely a good way to, tank on that loss. They haven't really let the mental of the last game they lost from BSU really affect them here. They were raring for the energy, waiting for the moment to shine once again. It just goes to show how well experienced players here, especially between Pirates on a Boat, can really exacerbate on the field. Toasty, great goal once again. It's going to be another one set up beautifully. A pass next. Polar coming up from the air, nowhere near the ball. Sadly, we just missed it. And that's an unfortunate moment. Toasty left with another open net. Rewarded with a goal, 5-0. 18 seconds left. And it's kind of like beating the dead horse there at the moment. Pirates on a Boat, they just have no mercy.
Yeah, they do. Pirates on a Boat, ruthless as can be, and with time running out slowly, no matter what Shanghai Sharks do, it won't make a difference in the scoreline. It will be 2-0. It will be Pirates on a Boat, and it will be Shanghai Sharks out of the draw. 8. No time left for them. No more chances either. Pirates on a Boat will take this 2 games straight, and you never really felt they were out of it.
Nope, at all. It just felt like a game that they were in full control of. And once you got control, you got momentum. And just it's like facing a demon on your back. having a sword to your neck. And what can you do to really face off the pressure? And it seems that they were just incapable to do so. Shanghai Sharks, one goal is the only thing they could score in comparison to the wild. It felt like watching the Grand Canyon fight off a river there at that moment. Sadly for Shanghai Sharks, no matter how well they played, they're a very, very strong team as well. But sadly for them, they will lose this one and be eliminated. But we will see the other side. Pirates on a boat after their loss against Team BSU will still qualify for tomorrow on Championship Sunday to face off and possibly win the $14K on draw number 8. Brought to you by Rizzo and the producer here. It's going to be Whoops. How are we feeling after that game? They're sporty.
I'm feeling good, and again, as you said, Pirates on a boat, a chance to make it into Championship Sunday. They get one more match against either Kickflip or Rocco's Gaming, and they will be the favorite no matter which of those two teams wins there. So again, that will be an interesting match to say the least, but there's still a lot of other matches going on. We know next up we'll be playing against the winner of Lotus 8 Akron Gold. Again, I know that Cloverity and gMansionz are still fighting in that lower bracket, so there's a lot of teams still fighting. There's a lot of scary teams still fighting, and as you said, it is very ruthless to get to that top 16 because VIII Qualifiers, they're no joke. If you don't play well, you're not making it.
Nope, not at all. You have to be ruthless sometimes. You have to, satiate your bloodlust. And we're going to be seeing, who are we possibly seeing there for the next game before we move on to who will be qualifying here. Sporty. I haven't been able to refresh the page.
We will... Oh, we got a good match coming up. I just heard, and I just mentioned it as well. I might have cursed it here, but it's gMansionz, Cloverity. We saw gMansionz at the start of the day. We saw them. They went over Casino. They couldn't take down Team Zealous. And this side, Cloverity lost to Young Whippersnappers, but both of them, only one will make it into the draw. A main event, only one of them will be represented on the main stage. But to find out who that will be, you'll have to take a quick break. We'll see you guys very soon.
See y'all.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Zen Zero and my boy aFiestyTaqutio over here. And we got a big matchup coming up. We just had a big upset. We'll be seeing gMansionz take on Almost Nuts. And I'll let Feisty tell you about the upset we just saw.
Man, dude, what? You know what I'm saying? Just literally, like, what? Cloverity? You guys beat Cloverity? What a win coming out from Almost Nuts. So, hey, I mean, maybe, depending on how this series goes, we may have to drop the Almost. Maybe they're just nuts.
Yeah, maybe indeed. And they definitely have a tough matchup here in gMansionz. You know, anybody that faces gMansionz in this lower bracket gonna have a tough run, but we know it is only going to be a best of 3. So Forever Almost Nuts, if they bring in that momentum from a huge win, you know, a huge underdog win right there, maybe they can take games 1 and 2 real quick off gMansionz. But we got to, you know, Sporty and I got to cast them earlier. gMansionz also feeling themselves, so I think we're about to have a battle right here.
Man, and what, as you guys were casting it, me and Ground Zero were hanging out in the other VC, and both of us were just truly impressed. We were truly impressed by the way gMansionz handled that first series. And you're wrong, Zen. I'm sorry to tell you.
Yeah.
Whoops just told me that you're wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say what he said. No, you're just wrong. You're just wrong. We don't have to talk about what it was. You're wrong. So, but like let's take into account. Almost Nuts is riding the high of a win right now. Massive win for them. gMansionz probably not really happy with where they are. I don't know. You know, maybe that's kind of the sentiment here.
Yeah.
Everyone's here as well, and they're just dropping in. Like, they're getting ready to go. Like, okay, Zen, I think they're telling us that we need to stop talking about what we want to talk about. We start talking about these guys. We are now at the pitch. It is the final game of our day here, casting the draw 8. I think, man, I've been so excited. We've seen so many good series today, Zen.
Oh, so excited. Getting to cast a draw, you know, over, especially on someone's channel like Whoopsyou's absolute goat of casting. It has been a blast, and yeah, they're right into it. Lucky for me, this is exactly what I wanted to talk about anyway. And yeah, as I said earlier, best of 3. It will be a best of 5. So, you know, maybe that momentum, even if we see Forever Almost Nuts carrying it in to this game number 1, 2, might not be as important, but, you know, momentum always important nonetheless.
That's what you want as a team like Almost Nuts playing a caliber team that is gMansionz. You want that momentum. You want that mentality rock solid moving into this final series. This is where you get into day 3. This is your deciding match, and a team just like Almost Nuts absolutely wants it. They can almost taste it, but gMansionz aren't going to make it easy.
No, they are not. As a nice shot there from Kaz, but Sats there, and oh, no mansion, another banger on Milk makes the save, and they are going back and forth here. It started off with 4 shots from Almost Nuts, 4 saves for gMansionz, and then gMansionz put on 2 for 2 saves. So right now, 6 shots total, 6 saves. Neither of these sides trying to really give an inch.
Because if you give an inch, they're going to take a mile, Zid.
That's right.
What do you mean? That you can't let anybody have anything in this series. That pass off the back wall was almost wonderful right there. Sadly, it didn't come to fruition. But, oh my, whoa, I thought they got the goal there. What a save. What a save on the side of gMansionz here. This is wonderful. We're seeing absolute masterclass skill being put on trying to block out each other.
We are. It's just going to be a battle of attrition here. You know, what team can kind of remain composed, remain consistent on that goal line. Both sides showing they have no problem setting up the plays, as G-Man does get up to break that one up. Sats looking to keep the play going. Just going to try to pop it from No Mansion. Nice read there. No Mansion going to go low with it. Does get the fake. It's open. Milk can't get there, and No Mansion going to do it all himself. Solo dolo.
We got 1 goal on the board, man. It's over to gMansionz. No Mansion himself knocking one in there. Like you said, off that fake. Great control play by a player of the caliber of No Mansion, who's been around the scene for quite some time. So, you know, we definitely expect to see talent like that happen from a player like him.
And they're already attacking.
What, Milk? Milk, what happened?
just got stuck flat-footed right here. I think he started to rotate out. You see the panic, tries to turn back around, but leaves him very flat-footed right there, you know. And when you're right there, when you don't stop at that back post, when you get awkward like that, you leave that little space behind you. And when you're at this level, you can't leave that space because they will slot that.
These are why these guys are much better at the game than I am, and I'm the one in the booth talking about how good they are. Right. I wouldn't be able to hit that, not any day of the week. No Mansions, 0 boost, grabbing that pad right there, trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, couldn't get nothing through. It's 2 goals to nothing on the side of blue. Almost nuts. Really trying to thwart the aggression coming from the opposite side, but it is proving a detriment to these guys.
It is, and as I said, battle of attrition. This is all about the defense. Both these offenses, very high octane, wide open. Net Kaz gonna steal it here. This shot might have actually been a little wide from No Mansion, but if you look at it here, they're tied up 6 shots to 6 shots. The difference is 5 saves for gMansionz, only 2 for Almost Nuts, and those 3 unsaved shots. That's the difference. That's the 3-0 you see on the scoreboard.
Dude, it's something that I feel like maybe this is like the jitters on the side of Almost Nuts. They can feel the fact that, you know, they're right there, that you're almost there, they're almost in day 3, and you just got to get past a powerhouse squad like gMansionz. If it was me, I would be nervous, but I can totally understand not being able to lock in this moment. Great save off the back wall there from Sats. G-Man's going to pick this one up, try to get something going. The pinch out to the mid is almost there. Manny taking an awkward save. Isn't able to get the best touch, but does get it away from the net, which is crucial. But these guys still haven't moved forward right now. This gMansionz squad is just living at the goal line of Almost Nuts.
They are, and that's all they need to do, run this clock down. I have to agree with you. It might be a little bit of nerves. You know, it's almost the best analogy I can come up with is, you know, 2 boxers come out. The one boxer gives him everything he can, hits him as hard as he can, flush, and he just stands there strong. That's what we saw. We saw Almost Nuts come out, put 4 shots on in the first minute. They were really looking, you know, really well, as another shot saved away here from Manny. They were looking good, but gMansionz stood up to the test, and it kind of it broke the demeanor as G-Man gonna go up 4-0, but yeah, you could see it. It broke forever Almost Nuts. They went from riding high to, my goodness, we're gonna have to do something a little different here.
You might have to chalk game 1 up right now. It is 4-0. That is a tough score line to come back from. That is a mountain to climb. It is no longer a molehill. This is a big problem to look at. But if you get back, you can regain, recollect in game number 2, and hopefully get the comms back in a positive way that you want them to be. But when you're double committing on the back line, Kaz has a free chance to throw up a casual double like they just showed us.
My goodness, both Manny and I believe it was Milk diving in there. You can see it. You called it. You hit the nail on the head. The nerves seem to be a bit of a problem, but fortunately for them, you know, fortunately for Almost Nuts, I was wrong. It's not a big, since this is, you know, getting to the finals, lower bracket side. This is a best of 5. So if it is nerves, or I doubt their hands are cold. So, you know, if it is their nerves, they have a little longer. You know, that 3-game series is much less forgiving for things like that. This best of 5, they can drop this game, but they need to really step up game number 2, shake that off and regain.
That's all you can do is the final 10 seconds counting down here. You know, nothing on the scoreboard to look at, no momentum to hopefully build. And there it is. The ball has been killed to the ground. No Mansion saying, I'm having no more of that. Game 1 is over. It is 5-0, the scoreline. What? Go ahead. No, yeah, go ahead.
I mean, just craziness. You see, 10 shots to 7, so not a real big difference there. So we had 17 shots total, and there was 10 of those were saved. So all but 2 went in. So that, just think about the efficiency there. That means all but 2 shots were on target. A bunch were saved away. But yeah, gMansionz defense just being the difference here.
And also, like, let's just look at the difference in scoreboard. Look how many numbers. Look at how full the scoreboard is over on gMansionz. I mean, Almost Nuts. These guys are, like you said, 7 shots. Unfortunately, Sats not being able to ring up a shot on their own, but it's tough. Like it's one of those things of, we really need to lock in on this game. Almost Nuts, you got to just pay attention and just see what you can work on. Fill the holes in the gaps. Fix those mistakes. Adapt to this squad as we move into game number 2.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, big word you just used right there, adapt. I think that's what we've seen from gMansionz, right? They came out, the first 4 shots were on their net. They had to save all 4 on the way, but they started to kind of, put that counter attack into play, that quick transition straight from defense into offense. And it caught Almost Nuts a little bit off guard there. So I know Almost Nuts wants to be aggressive. They want to smother them, but they might need to back off of that just a little bit, because gMansionz kind of showing them, hey, you guys want to play that way? We can do it better.
Exactly. And gMansionz is 100% putting on a clinic right now as of game number 1. We're in game number 2 here, and hopefully on the side of Almost Nuts, we see the drought end. Oh, that's very, very threatening. The waterfall touch sent away and almost returned by gMansionz right there, but a great save over to Milk. We got Manny now in control, but it's sent down the field. gMansionz is just there, rotating up, and quite literally gets to shoot on nothing but an open net.
Great field awareness right there from gMansionz. He was on his rotation back. I mean, slightly behind probably where he needed to be, but he recognized, hey, my teammates got the big pinch, got the big clear. I'm up here wide open net. And again, same thing. We're going to have to see, Almost Nuts kind of prioritize this defense. They're just trying to be all offense, and that's not the answer.
Yeah, you definitely need more than just offense. I'm not going to say defense is going to win you games in this moment, especially when you're down this low. Manny with a good bump right there. Milk with an opportunity, almost gets it in, but Kaz with a wonderful save. gMan trying to lock down defense. No boost right there. Isn't able to get a touch. gMansionz will have to push this one through, but a great progression unfortunately stopped right at the last moment. gMansionz looking for a teammate. Sadly, wouldn't find one, passing it over. They've given possession to the side of blue. Almost Nuts has an opportunity here to do something, but they just can't seem to put it together in the moment.
And I want to back up about a minute here to Kaz's save in front of the net. I mean, that absolutely epitomizes the word composure. He was chill. He caught that thing perfectly, like he's doing a dribble or a flick training pack. I mean, that man was not scared of that goal at all. And I think it just goes to show the difference, right? The defense of gMansionz, very, very composed. Can't quite say the same about Almost Nuts, but this last minute or so, they're looking like a different team.
Absolutely look like a different team. They've been playing so well, locking down the transition opportunities from gMansionz. They are not having an easy time in this game, specifically game 1 now. That was obviously different. What a shot from Kaz down to gMansionz. They couldn't put it together though. Milk on an opportunity here gets stopped by gMan. gMan will take control in the mid, pass over the double opportunity. Kaz looking to knock it down, will only find the crossbar. Milk, the awareness to stop off just right on a dime to try to collect that one. And we are back to the mid. They're vying for that control, trying to find that opportunity to stop gMansionz from pelting their back wall, but they just can't seem to get that forward moving play.
They can't. They're having a lot of trouble controlling the midfield. When they do find offense, it's pretty short-lived as it is right there. I was very, very impressed by the 50s, the big bodies from Sats back-to-back with Milk on the last defensive possession. But, yeah, they got to start controlling that midfield as another attempt there. And gMan, I'm not sure if he got a little help from Sats there, if Sats actually saved it off the crossbar and it just bounced in. But regardless, that is a heartbreaker for Almost Nuts. They were down 1, playing so well. Now we see gMansionz with that insurance goal.
Yeah, insurance on 2-0 here with a little under halftime so far, but that's still plenty of time if you're Almost Nuts. Oh, we got the double reset from gMan. Almost finds its home, but they just couldn't put enough power right there. Sats trying to get this one away from gMansionz, who is going to pass it down to Kaz again to a wide open net. What is the breakdown here?
They're feeling themselves right now, number one. Let's get that straight. We just saw the double flip reset attempt from G-Man. We see the disgusting redirect assist right there from No-Mansion. I mean, that was unreal. So number one, gMansionz feeling themselves right now, right? It's not all on Almost Nuts, but yeah, I just Sats finally gets on the board, and that's the first goal right there for Almost Nuts. That's a very important one. That's a breath of fresh air for them.
Look at the play. The ball control from Sats. Putting it right there in front of G-Man's car. Can only pinch it one direction. Pinches it right towards the post. Excellent play. They just can't give this one up almost. Sats with what looked to be a routine save right there. Couldn't follow the play, sadly. G-Man looking for the doink. Won't find that one either. Milk, though, moving this to the midfield, but they just can't get it past that right now. Hold on. Sats trying to feel themselves as well, looking for that redirect touch. And I mean, do we see life? Is this a new, like you said, a new breath from the side of Almost Nuts?
And just as we say it, Kaz pushing their head back under the water there. It seemed like it was going to be, but an unreal read on that save. Sats still the other way. And I would like to see, we saw it briefly there, I'd like to see some more passing, especially, midfield, infield passes coming from the side of Almost Nuts, because yeah, Sats did find that solo play and a save right there to get a savior medal. He did find that solo play. They can't depend on that. They're going to have to use that teamwork, some creativity, a little bit of ingenuity if they want to score, consistently on a squad like gMansionz.
They've got to do something. They've got to update the playbook, because right now clock is ticking. gMansionz playing the time down perfectly here. Sats, you got to jump on that one. They do. G-Man fires. Milk! The awkward backflip at the net. That was detrimental. So much time. They've wasted so much, sadly. That one is almost on target from Milk. Won't find its home off the back wall. Kaz will take a pinch. Finds the 50. Oh my gosh. They're trying. You can tell they're trying to put it together. But just at that last moment, they seem to just give it up.
Yeah, that, or, again, I absolutely agree, but I do think it's also just gMansionz playing so well on top of and that's what it takes at this level. That's what it takes to make day 3. You have to, it can't be, hey, we almost did everything right. No, it means we did everything right along the way and we finished strong. And yeah, I agree with you. Almost Nuts doing it all, setting up these plays, everything, but just coming up short right when they need to score, right when they're taking possession.
And the scoreboard does look better. Unfortunately, now Manny takes the spot with no shots recorded, but it's still, as we can tell, as the game moves forward, Almost Nuts is definitely, they've stepped it up. Like you said, the key word from game 1 to game 2, adaption. Adapt, overcome. They're in the process of doing that. We can see them almost putting everything together, but it's just to the namesake. They're Almost Nuts.
Yeah. I love that. That's perfect, because it's exactly perfect right there. Almost Nuts, and that's the big difference. And you see here they were outshot 14-6. So even though they were able to make 8 saves, they did play better defensively this game. Now they have to up that offensive output, and again, I think that comes off passes. We saw them, try a few passing plays, and they seem to work very well. If they can just continue that and kind of make that routine, they could take a game, potentially the series.
They definitely could grab a game, and we're going to get down to the pitch here for game number 3. They can do it, man. We have seen them, like we said, almost put it together. The passing plays in the mid are what you want, but you don't want No-Mansionz setting up an incredible double play opportunity in all 3 of you. Why are you in the net? I understand getting choked up at like the goal line and everything, but guys, the ball goes the other way.
Yeah, and they are still in a cluster right now, desperately trying to get out. They're going to have the bump from No-Mansion. Their lucky Cavs kind of wildly pinched that one away. Milk going to take possession, does look for that outlet pass, but G-Man there to stuff it. G-Man off the sidewall to No-Mansion. Nice 50 Sats. Just going to try to snipe the net right there, but G-Man is back, and that's right there what I'm talking about. The one pot shot and out. They gotta cut that out.
Sometimes I wouldn't agree with that. I kind of would take that moment. I mean,
To buy some time right there, I could agree.
right.
I could agree with that.
Right. So, like, I mean, not to veer away from another game, but if you ever played Dark Souls, man, you ever fought them bosses, you get like 2 hits
True.
max before you get absolutely smacked. So you got to take what you can get. And I feel like that's exactly what they're doing. Almost Nuts is taking everything they can get, and they're trying to put their best foot forward. Sats again, the solo player, putting the only other goal they've scored in this series on. They've scored 2 in 2 games, now 3, and it's been Sats both times.
Yep, it has. Sats really looking to, put that backpack on, really looking to step up his man. He does find the flip reset. No Mansion can't quite get the clear out. Sats right there. Starting to see a little smothering coming from Almost Nuts. That's the way they like to play. Sats off the ceiling. Milk finds the net. They're reborn here in game number 3.
I almost want to say that Almost Nuts needs some milk, but they clearly have some.
They got it.
Right. So look at that. We've put 2 back-to-back on the side of blue as we move in to just barely the first minute and 30 seconds of regulation in game number 3. 2 back-to-back. This one could be dangerous off the back wall, but luckily nobody was pushing forward. It's almost as if gMansionz themselves have slowed down a little bit and tried to start playing a bit more safe. Milk, great defensive play on the back line. Needs to get this one away. The bump is crucial. Everybody's diving, but they're able to finally defend it off. We're back into the orange. Milk with an opportunity for a solo play here. Decides otherwise. Satch trying to pick it up. Can't, but look at the rotations. Look at the way they're circling. They smell blood in the water like sharks, but they can't get the goal just yet.
If Milk would have found that dunk, that would have been absolutely unreal. And I have to agree with you. I don't think that they're playing safer. I think it's more so that they maybe were a little overconfident heading here into game 3. They said, hey, we got this. We've only allowed 1 goal. We're dominating them. And, with their draw on the line, Almost Nuts really stepping up. But we are seeing gMansionz lock back in as No Mansion almost cooks the whole squad, breaking Kinkles on the goal line. Manny with a big save, though. Almost Nuts defense really stepping up here in game 3.
Oh, what a pinch right there. The 50 was good. Sats couldn't get on it quick enough, though, but the ball still remaining in the orange for a little bit. I couldn't see Manny. I thought that was just a free goal. Manny blocking that one away. Thankfully, Milk is in the mid, but it's going to get beat right there by G-Man. Is that just going to find its way? Yes, it does. And gMansionz on the board with 1, just a second before 2 minutes left.
And it's kind of been, the tell all day long. Almost Nuts just getting a little overextended in that midfield, specifically that third man, leaving that wide open net. And they're still up 2-1 here, just at the 2-minute mark. So if they can find another quick insurance goal or burn, a minute, 90 seconds off this clock, they will be in a good spot. But they do need to reverse sweep. So they want to win this game by as much as possible, carrying, as a tremendous amount of momentum into game 4.
And that's huge, man.
Yeah.
That's huge. But again, to your sentiment of a minute 30, no, I think they need to just play the clock all the way down. What we've seen across these series is you don't. Oh, what a freaking Goomba stop! Hello, Sats literally set back down. I don't know if you caught that, but
yeah, he set back down.
But they just need to. They don't need to overextend. Do not force a play that just isn't there. Do not make something happen that you can't afford to do. Oh my Lord, have mercy, Sats! What a read on the save.
And he almost did exactly what he said. He was just a bit creeped up as third man. That's the mistake we see them make time and time again. As Gaz, big shot on Milk, does make the save. It was awkward over the net. And you see it now. gMansionz really wanting to end this one here and now with the sweep. They don't want to see game 4. They definitely don't want to see a game 5, Taquito.
Not at all, man. I would not want to see a game 5 against a team like Almost Nuts because they're just heating up.
Yeah.
As the series has moved forward, they are only getting better. They are only playing you at your speed. They are now trying to play your game, and they're doing wonderful at it. and you are just letting them. I feel like the respect level has shifted over to Almost Nuts. They have now finally gained gMansionz respect.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. I just think if they want to, continue this, as No mentioned, the last attempt here, 4 seconds left. Sats can't get it out. Manny the clear. Oh no, this is on. This is in. Kaz gonna slam it home to tie it up, and that your heart has to break for forever. Almost Nuts right here. Oh.
Pour one out, bro. It's overtime. It's overtime. Lock in, Almost Nuts. You're right there. You're at the door. The series continues if you can get this goal. You've got to lock in this moment. You got to get better touches than that. G-Man back down to a possible teammate. No one rotated up. Good on them as well to move back the other way for a massive booming clear that could have happened. But you're facing off against Sats, who could be the one-man show. Just can't find the goal, though. Milk with possession off the sidewall. Flipping for that one. Gets a great touch. Kaz was going to touch it away. We're back down to the mid, though. And Almost Nuts not giving up, but that's an awkward bump. Milk the other direction here. No free real estate as G-Man jumps up. What a save from No Man. Just the dunk, though, from Sats is good. It's in. Welcome to game 4, everybody.
And that was an intense 42 seconds right there, full of action. My goodness. And again, my heart goes out to Almost Nuts there. They seemingly had it. And that's where I want to back up. Remember when I mentioned the insurance goal? That's why you need that insurance goal. How many times have you seen, and I agree with you, you don't want to overextend for it, right? You don't want to lose the lead off of a mistake. But if you can find just that 2-goal lead, you don't have to worry about that last second goal into overtime where now the momentum's against you. But Almost Nuts able to regain, after allowing a 0-second goal. They take game number 3. We're at least going to see 4 here, Taquito.
Oh, for sure. And I'm happy we get to see 4. Almost
Me too.
Nuts. Almost Nuts. This is what I'm talking about, guys.
Yeah.
Way to ice up completely. They didn't break down the defense, in my opinion, but they definitely stepped it up immensely between game 1 and game 2. You now have the momentum of your OT win moving into this game. You have to continue playing at the level you were just at. If you don't, if you give gMansionz an inch, like we said in game 1, ain't that right, Zen?
That's absolutely right. And you already know they can carry that momentum into 4, win this. Now all of a sudden, all of the weight is on the shoulders of gMansionz. Nobody wants to be put in the spot of, you're dominating, looking for the clean sweep. Next thing you know, you're playing for your series life, for everything, for your draw life, as Milk trying to snipe that one. And G-Man does pick up the save.
Just G-Man sitting back there like, all right, guys, y'all left me. I am the only person. But luckily for them, it was just a singular pot shot lobbed from the midfield. They were able to defend that one easy. Kaz, though, is going to throw one into the net. And Manny sending out the quick chat going, hey, man, on me. It's my fault. My bad.
He was a bit stuck between a rock and a hard place. Kaz was a little bit of I don't want to call it a fake, but just a delayed touch right there. Beautiful job of pulling out that challenge, finding the open net. He's in a tough spot, but he's looking to get it back, though he is bumped off. Sats, it was a big opportunity. A little bit squandered. I think he came in just a bit too hot right there.
Agreed on that one. The opportunity, though, still alive right now. They're going to try to keep this in the orange the best they can. Manny over to Milk. Hopefully, Milk can't get the touch. What a bump, though, in the backfield. Sats and G-Man locking up in that awkward moment. This could be even more awkward, but Kaz quick on the defense, big body the ball out of the way, and the pressure still kind of alive until you just clear it downfield to nobody. The demo is perfect, and gMansionz walk one home. That's 2-0. 1 minute 30 seconds elapsed.
And you can tell, they might have got slightly overconfident in game 3, but they regained after taking that tough overtime loss. They said, all right, boys, we gotta, we prematurely kind of lessened up a bit, thinking we had this in the bag. And now they're really stepping it up as Kaz, a hat trick here, 6 seconds in. He is really stepping up.
Dude, just throw him on the field, dog. If you got a hat, if you got a hat, take it off, chunk it. That's a Hattie, baby. Kaz. Okay, so it was what? It was Sats the other game.
Yeah.
For like the first 2 games, the solo man show. Kaz is like, hey, by the way, you can play a solo game. I can play a solo game. Check it out. Looks like mine's better than yours.
Yeah, they're going back and forth in the series, but not the game, as gMansionz uses the air roll shot here for an absolute snipe. Sats trying to clear it out. Milk sees the danger, but can't get there in time. And again, I mean, you know, they have to respect that a little better. They have to have that third man at back post. And if they're fully on offense, he does not need to creep in front of that midfield line, because I tell you what, gMansionz going to punish you every time.
They're doing just that. It is. I mean, we just passed 2 minutes of game here in this game 4. It is. They've matched the number of games we played with the score on the board, man. That's insane to me right now. gMansionz looking completely revitalized in this fourth game.
Yeah, compared to game 3, I mean, they're looking more like they were, you know, especially game 1, where I believe it was a 5-0 win, but still half a game left here. You know, if you know, Almost Nuts can get a quick goal, especially a couple back-to-back goals, you know, still have 90 seconds, 2 minutes left, and they only need to score 2, they could be right back in this, but they need to work hastily.
Hastily is the correct term. Sats looking for another solo play there. Milk opportunity, but G-Man is there to slap it down. Great bouncing pass away for the clear. The opportunity now, G-Man just walk it down the field. Sadly, they couldn't do so, but we get another opportunity here on transition. Sats with a great shot to the back wall. Kaz is going to defend that one easily. Manny trying to cut it off in the mid, but doesn't get the best of touch. And Sats is just moving forward, watching. Who was that? It was Kaz just float from the ceiling, pre-flip to line the ball up and just send it in. Kaz, did you jump from like last week, dog?
That's what I'm saying. Cash just dives from the moon out of nowhere. Absolute clanger. And I told you, they didn't want to see game 5. They were not taking no for an answer. As G-Man, if he could have made that, it would have been 6-0. The pass off the backboard from Kaz. Sats is able to get there. And if they don't score this, it's seeming that
there it is.
Oh, no! Blocks Milk shot. They needed it too. Oh, and it's a 2-goal swing. That hurts right there.
Oh, Manny. You know what? Oh, God. Oh, no.
They hit him with the GGs. And, you know, I can't be too mad at him. I mean, after, you know, saving your teammate's shot when you're down 5-0 and then you get scored on from it in the final 90 seconds. We know this game is over. My goodness, that has to be a heartbreaker. But I do love to see the sportsmanship. I do love to see that, you know, hit him with the, hey, go GG's and good luck tomorrow. But yeah, that's a heartbreaking way to lose game 4.
It is. That's not the way you want to give up. I mean, the clock is just gonna count down on its own. We're gonna sit here. Well, I guess never mind. We're not gonna sit here. Whoop said, yeah, we're not doing that. But look at that beautiful car. Honestly, look at the design, guys. Like, look at that design. Well, why would you want to see us? That's a fire design. That's a black octane with the red interstellar. That's kind of clean, bro.
I like it, and you know, black and red is my favorite. Black and red is my favorite colors. I know.
Is it the black OEMs too?
He's
God,
stunting.
look at you.
That is clean.
I mean, oh no, we're going through the garage at Whoops for the last 60 seconds. Look at this, guys.
Yeah, I love it.
But man, that is, like you said, that at the end of the day, it's a tough way to see it go down, dude. You don't want to be the team that in game 4, it's your tournament life on the line, and you didn't even get to the final minute. It was 6-0. Like, that is just that. Like you said, the term is heartbreaking. Truly heartbreaking.
It is, but I think that, you know, they certainly have some positives to go off. You know, beating Claverity that's a W on the day for them. That's something they can take home, remember, right? So I don't think they should hang their heads too high, and forcing gMansionz, you know, to game 4 as well. Yeah, a little bit of a blowout in game 4, but they showed, you know, when they play their best, when they're cohesive, they can you know, run with anybody here.
Exactly. That is the big takeaway from this. So almost nuts. Don't hang your head too low.
Yeah.
17th, man. You're right there. You literally made it right to the very end. gMansionz did. Yeah, exactly. Like production just said in the air. Whoops said it best. You're almost nuts.
Yeah.
You're almost right there, dude. So at the end of the day, we've got like, let's do we have a picture of the bracket by chance? Can we look at the bracket? Oh, sad. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, we pretty much cleared out Group C here, didn't we?
Yeah.
My favorite match of the day has been the Boise State game. Oh man.
Oh, that last second to tie it up and then take it in overtime. They absolutely, like a thief in the night, stole that game, stole that series in the final moments. I was watching, I was going crazy. I don't know how you guys contained yourself as you know, being able to cast that. I think I would have needed 5 minutes minimum to recover. That was absolutely unreal.
I mean, dude, it just every game today we got to see was wonderful. Yeah. We didn't get to see, well, except for Series 1, we didn't get to see any other sweeps. Right. Most of the games went all the way through. What a day of Rocket League. Phase 2 of the Draw 8. We're going on to the final day tomorrow. Zen, I think you'll be here. I know I won't be, sadly, but it has been a wonderful day. Shout out to Whoops, man. One more time, big shout out to Whoops for having all of us on here today. Some of us don't get chances like this, and he's been kind enough to let us get on. It has been wonderful.
Yeah, absolute goat. Whoopsyou. You guys already know him because you're on the channel, but absolute goat. And big shout out, of course, to Feisty. Sporty was on here today as well, and my boy Ground Zero. Coming soon, me and Ground Zero are gonna have it because we're both zeros. We're trying to come up with the nickname. Haven't figured out yet, but we will be having one soon. Me and him, you know, love to do the show matches together, but. No, I agree with you. Big shout out James Bot Rizzo for putting on the draw, and the biggest of shout outs to Whoopsyou for having us on.
Oh, hey, look who it is. How are you feeling?
I'm hearing myself twice. So
not well.
But it is what it is. Thank you guys for being here, man. I appreciate you guys so much for showing the love and support, man. You guys absolutely crushed it, and I appreciate it so very, very much, man. Just want to give these opportunities to the people out here, like I said before, to you guys, man. Just it's been a thing of beauty to bring some people to have their voices be heard, that pretty much you guys don't, like you said, get your voices heard, get these opportunities and things like that. So the pleasure's all mine, and of course always love working with new people, and you know, getting to meet new people too. Taqutio, I you know, we were talking DMs, like one of our last DMs to each other. I was actually casting your matches, you know what I mean? So it's pretty cool to see you on the flip side of things, on the other side of the microphone as well, you know what I mean, to kind of see you over here. Then Zen, I used to cast your IGL matches too, man. One of the most memorable moments in one of your matches too. I got a clip from that. That was on like my first caster reel too. So to see both of you guys over here on the flip side of the things is really awesome, and I'm glad to bring you guys the opportunity and stuff like that too. So but don't go anywhere, because we have like I said, more Rocket League stuff tomorrow. Me and Zen gonna be kicking off the stream for the championship Sunday, for the draw tournament. Taqutio, any final words, any final thoughts?
Dude, when you gave me the option to pick the game, and I picked the Boise State and Pirates on a Boat game, I did not expect that.
Big W.
Yeah,
I knew it was going to be a good series. I didn't know it was going to be that good.
And that's why I like to bring, like I said before, man, I told you, you know, off stream, we're talking in the green room and stuff. I was like, I've been known for the draw tournament to have, sorry, I'm a little sick for those of you guys who don't know. That's why I wasn't casting. I was more producing today. But I was more or less, I like to pick those lengthy series. It gives you guys good quality matches rather than the matches that I think they're going to bring more of the viewers, i.e. some of the teams that are out here with some of the bigger names, you know, that have a lot of clout in the Rocket League scene, essentially. I'd rather bring you guys those quality matches rather than bring you guys like some of the, you know, bigger names inside the Rocket League scene. And it's happened to me before in the draw tournaments before, where all of my matches I picked have went to a best of 5, you know. This one was a
Yeah.
little bit different. It kind of everything kind of like fell into shambles. So there was a lot of stuff on the back end that was kind of like a little bit weird for us. I think I figured out why I was hearing myself twice, but I'll get into that later. But the Rocket League servers, for those of you guys don't know, kind of like a lot of people having trouble connecting and stuff like that. So they kind of had to like push off like a lot of the matches. So they kind of just gave us matches. They're like, here, take this one, here, take this one, and so on and so forth. So it just so happened that it worked out that way, and like we got to actually pick that Boise State game, which was really dope. So it was really cool. That was one of the best matches that we had today. So yeah.
Easily, man. Easily. So I'm really glad I got this opportunity. You're the best, Whoops. Seriously.
Yeah, I
You're
appreciate
literally the
you guys.
best, man.
Zen, any final thoughts, shout outs, anything else under the sun, man? Anything else on your brain?
Nah, just big shout out to you. I'll be back tomorrow. Same as Feisty, so talented. I didn't say it. So grateful. I was gonna say it's funny because you picked some very talented casters, but me and Feisty were kind of laughing about this. I work with Feisty a whole bunch, Sporty a whole bunch, and Ground Zero a whole bunch, and who you're having on tomorrow a whole bunch. I said it's a small world, and I love to see that kind of bridge the gap, basically, right? Because me and you already have known each other, good friends for a while now, and same with me and Feisty, Sporty, and Ground Zero. So for us all to get to do this today, yeah, I'm just so grateful, and it was such a talented squad of casters. It was a blast.
Yeah. Like I said, man, the new up and comers, like, I want to, help you guys out, because we all start somewhere, essentially, is what my thought process is. And like you said, I didn't even know you guys all knew each other. That's the beauty of it all.
Yeah, I know.
You guys are out here grinding in the trenches out there, trying to, get whatever gigs you guys can get. And I'm glad I get to have that platform to provide that to you guys, man, ultimately. But I want to get you guys over to the Lotus 8 Esports matchup on Pyro J's stream. It's one of my other homies, one of the up-and-comers. Me and him used to cast IGL together as well. You guys probably know him and love him. He's casting Lotus 8 Esports versus Next Up, and Next Up is currently winning 2-0 with about 3 minutes and 15 seconds left, and they're up 2-0 in the series as well. So before that ends, I want to right over to my homie Pyro J. I appreciate you guys. Come through the stream tomorrow. Thank you guys for all the love and support, by the way. All the follows said we got probably 50 million followers today. So I appreciate that so very, very much, man. Hit these guys with a follow on social media. Zen Zero, find him. aFiestyTaqutio as well, and then of course Sporty. He's over there in the green room waiting for us too. Sporty FC. Hit them with the follow on social media, guys, or at the very least on Twitch, man. We appreciate you guys so very, very much. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you is all I can really say, man. We appreciate you.
Later.
Peace.
And we are